Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, you beautiful ladies and gents, and welcome on in once again to part 5 of the Baldur's Gate campaign. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Go ahead and get it pulled up for everybody so I can monitor my stuff. So yeah, welcome. We're here with part Thief. Got it pulled up. Yes, we are here with part 5. Um, so I guess for some insight and recap, we should go ahead and probably do a recap on the last episode, the last part of the campaign, which if you haven't watched it already, you probably should have already watched it, but that's okay if you haven't. I completely understand. Um, so, we had... Where did we start last time? We started from the Grove. Essentially, we had made our way, I think, outside of the Grove, right? Yeah, I think sounds about right. We made our way outside of the Grove. I think that was the starting point. We might have talked to some people in the Grove, I don't exactly remember. But eventually we made our way outside of the Grove. And we had found ourselves finding two of people who were calling themselves cultists of the Absolute. They were looking for people that were from the Nautiloid, and we had told them that we were from the Nautiloid, and therefore they wanted to kill us. So we murked them. And they were attacked by an owlbear, and we had actually found that owlbear cave, and to an unfortunate demise, murked the mama owlbear, um, which was interesting to say the least. And the baby was eating the mama, which was a little weird. But point being, that was also the thumbnail for the episode. And then before that, actually, we had met a guy named Raphael, who revealed to us that he is a devil, or a demon, devil, and he resides at a place called the House of Hope, and he tried to make us a deal to get rid of the tadpole in our heads, and we told him no deal. So that was that. We found a dog named Scratch and his owner, who was dead, and we told him to follow our scent to camp if he needs to be to find some way safe. He could always follow our scent to camp. Then we had met up with we finally found the demon, in quotations, or the devil that Will was hunting, known as Karlak, and figured out that she's not actually all that bad. She's just a tiefling who was forced to work for the demon devil known as Azariel. And so we recruited her, and we helped her with her quest to take out some paladins of Tyr, quotations marks, which weren't actually paladins of Tyr and were Azariel's servants. And she absolutely demolished them and rummaged the place by burning it all down. From that point, we went to an area called the Blighted Village, and we got a piece of infernal iron and fixed up Karlak's engine a little bit. I think we did that. I can't remember exactly. And essentially, it's kind of helped with her, but she's not to the point where she can touch people and, be physical and stuff like that. And I think that just about sums up what we did last time. So, let's go ahead and jump on in. So options, we're going to show tutorials on genitals off, sexual and violent cinematics off. Like so. Alright, and then we'll load game to good old Astir, and let's get started. I'm not sure how long I'm going to stream for today. I don't know if I'm going to make this a shorter one compared to the ones that we've been doing previously, or if we'll be about the same time. I'm not exactly sure. I am going to check the audio really quickly, and we'll be right back. We seem to be good on audio. So we'll wait for the game to load, and we will jump right in and see what kind of things we have. So our current party is Astir, Lae'zel, Astarion, and Karlach. So, let's look at our objectives here and see what kind of stuff we have. So, we're still looking for many different ways to remove the parasite. We need to end the conflict for the refugees, either by killing Kaga. We found a note in a chest to investigate the swamps. That could maybe find us a way to do it. We need to defeat goblins at the goblin camp, and we also need to search for Halsin as well in the goblin camp. On Eredin, we found a note talking about the night song that's apparently in a temple. Some temple ruins. Good morning. We found something about a masterwork weapon, which we need to find a Susser tree, and find Susser bark to actually do that. Daughter of Darkness, Shadowheart, got a wound, essentially. We assume she's withholding something from us, but she hasn't talked more about that yet. For Karlach, we need to just continue, because we just, upgraded her engine. We need to talk to Will about Karlach, which we'll do when we go to rest. For Lae'zel, we just need to search for signs of a creche near the mountain pass, which we found from that guy named Zoru, the tiefling. Astarion, we just gotta travel with him, and we're waiting for Gale to request a magic item for his, thing with the weave. So, with that being said, we're going to continue today. As you can see, this is our current map situation. Today, at least for the start, we're going to continue with the Blighted Village, since we didn't really get to do too much of it before we ended the last one. So, let's take a gander around the said Blighted Village. So we had previously we went into this basement to find that piece of infernal iron, so everything else has not been rummaged through yet. There's a chest right here that is locked, so let's go ahead and unlock it. If we can, of course. I am pretty bad at these. Like so. I'm quite bad at these things. We got a few thieves' tools, so hopefully we can eventually get the check like that. Alright. Haste Helm. Smooth start. At the start of combat, the wearer gains momentum for 3 turns. Okay. So let's go ahead and put that on. And that will replace our current leather helmet with dexterity saving throws. Does it show us what momentum is within, like, anything? No? Okay. So simply what momentum is it just has you with more movement speed, and then we'll have a little bit more movement for 3 turns every time we go into battle, essentially. Okay. Then we need to give this helmet to somebody. Does Astarion have anything? Does Lae'zel have anything? Lae'zel doesn't. Astarion doesn't, and Karlach doesn't. Alright, so let's just give this to somebody. I'll give it to Astarion because he has a lot of deck stuff, even though saving throws has nothing to do with that kind of stuff, but We'll just give it to Astarion here.
Have a lot on my mind and,
Alright,
well,
so let's start investigating some stuff. So, I guess first we'll head inside of this house here. Like I said, we're going to start picking stuff up to sell, of course. The Wonders of Phandalin. It's my favorite pastime. You guys know we read books here. So, if you hate me reading books, sorry, get out. In this year, 950 DR, there can hardly be a more prosperous and fortunate town than Phandalin. Phandalur's pact has brought prosperity to this land, splitting the wonders of the wave echo cave between gnomes and dwarves. The town now boasts thriving communities of both peoples living and working together in harmony. We have also tempted human spellweavers from all across the north to our own, who are happy to work side by side with the allies of Phandalur's pact. Mayor Alderleaf invites you to come witness this miracle yourself. See the powers being uncovered in the Forge of Spells and the prosperity this power brings. I dare say Neverwinter will soon have a new rival for the title of Jewel of the North. Alright. Doodly doodly doo. Anything was in this barrel? Elixir of fire resistance and potion of vitality. Could be some good stuff there. Okay. Great. Nothing in there. Okay. Let's head back inside. Household prayer. Lathander to light, Saloon to guide, Kelimvor to judge, and passage provide. Alright. I think we already had one of those before. Something. Oh god, there's a lot of stuff in here. Alright. Let's get to grabbing, shall we? There's a potion of sleep. Apothecary's ledger. The ledger is filled with cultivation instructions for a range of medicinal plants. One entry is underlined. Delivers specially requested plants to the cellar. Keep away from prying eyes.
says there's a cellar here somewhere.
Search the cellar.
I don't
Okay.
see one.
Search the cellar. Find the cellar. We found an apothecary's ledger. It mentions some rare plants stored in a cellar could be worth finding. Alright. Extracts. The rule of 3. For some reason I feel like we already read this book. We did indeed, I think. I feel like we did. But if we haven't, then I'm gonna read it again really quickly. I'm not gonna read it slowly. I'm gonna run through it really quickly because I feel like we read this before. A long-winded introduction explains that Haskin Exefelin's notes, published as is from the work journal, have helped bring alchemy to the masses. It starts with a full history on Dragonborn, who had been descaled as a teenager and started their alchemical research in hopes of restoring their hide. As the pages turn, it continues to wax poetic about how Exefelin put aside their own research to help the common people. Much more interesting, though, are Zephelin's actual research notes. I have decided I shall make all my notes, both those written and those still to come, available to those who wish to study. Reading this text now, or probably one such person. As enticing as potion making is, we shall first start with the most basic alchemical rule, the Rule 3. Most ingredients can be found throughout Faerun. However, they need to be refined to be of any use in alchemy. Doing so is simple. Just combine 3 of the same ingredients and you will obtain an extract which can be used to brew potions, poisons, oils, and elixirs. So remember 3 of the same ingredient that make an extract, or in rhyme form if you like. When in doubt with alchemy, just recall the Rule of 3. Thrice the same ingredient forms an extract. Excellent. Not sure if we already read that one. I think we did, so I just quickly sped around it. Okay. And an antidote. Potion of healing always comes in handy. Give me that. We got some dagger root. Got 3 of those. That's not gonna help. We got mugwort. Seems like quite a bit here. Holy mugwort. Okay. Anything else that's actually worth it here? Herbanger, no. Nothing. Um, Portal sherry. Okay. Some wine. Okay. And for the most part, that's everything looked at in here. So I'm guessing this is the cellar. Let's see what kind of alchemy stuff we can do. So we can make mugwort twice. We can make a thing of rogue's morsel twice. Dagger root. Okay. So that allows us to do what exactly? Just an oil accuracy, that's it. Okay. Wooden hatch. Journal updated. Search the cellar. Investigate the cellar. We found the cellar mentioned by the journal. Time to have a look around. Alright. Let's start looking. This scene, a brook flows over stones to a large river. Okay. Anything in this bottle? No. I don't think there's anything within these bottles. We got mugwort, myrgrass, belladonna, and dagger root. More soul dragon mushroom, bone cap. Mugwort, dagger root, wispweed, and autumn crocus. Polywog trumpet, bone cap, and rogue's morsel. Okay. Bottle rack. Some water. Potions of healing. Just taking a gander at everything. Nothing there. Nope. Okay, some clothing stuff there. Nothing within that. Okay, we'll take all that. Notice we'll pick up a lot of junk just to sell it. Ugh. Okay, another potion of healing. Okay, my left ear is currently ringing. That's lovely. Don't know what I did to deserve that. Can't reach this. Why can't I? Now I can reach it. Just smash it, why not, you know? Now it's making a weird sound. Like a bunch of stuff's falling out that's not falling out. Elixir of poison resistance. Resistance to poison damage can no longer be poison. That lasts until long rest. Belladonna. Weave moss. Ooh, Vitrol of Weave Moss. Okay. Belladonna, Wispweed, Potion of Glorious Vaulting, Mugwort, Rogue's Morsel, Dagger Root, Dragon Egg Mushroom, Bone Cap, Basic Poison, Murderess. Okay. We can make Antidote, Potion of Glorious Vaulting. Let's make one of those. Potion of Healing. Ooh, we can make Potion of Mind Reading. Let's get another Potion of Mind Reading. Just so we can have that for when we think we need to read some minds. Alright, and then we could make a basic poison. Let's go ahead and do that. Okay. Let's continue searching here. From crocus, garlic. We got some more mugwort. Wispweed. Another bottle rack here. Never seems to be anything on the bottle racks. Antidotes, potions. Okay. Healer's log. Patient, Samson. Occupation, blacksmith. Melody? So it's like what their disease or something is, what their illness. Comments. Samson's become accustomed to the good life since he acquired that new apprentice. I gave him a tincture of autumn crocus and told him to avoid red meat and ale. Patient, Branley. Occupation, Cooper. Melody, large wood splinter in hand. Comments. Splinter removed, wound clean, doused in balsam, ointment, and bandaged. Patient, Timic. Occupation, none. Child. Melody, swallowed bottle cork. Comments. No hardness or blockage in the stomach. The cork should pass without causing harm. I gave the lad a stern warning. Patient, Dita. Occupation, apprentice, blacksmith. Malady, minor burns to the face and hands. Comments. Another burn for Samson's eager young apprentice. The usual treatment was applied, but I urged her to slow her pace at work before she inflicts real harm on herself. Potion of healing recipe. The small recipe has helped me through a lot. Without my scales, my hide smarts and tears with the slightest touch. While it has never healed me fully, every drop soothes. I hope it might similarly soothe whatever ails you. Someone has filled the rest of the page with repetitions of "Why is it always healing potions? This God's damned primitive village," and the occasional "Someday I'll kill that mongrel of a master." Luckily, the recipe itself is still mostly legible. Recipe for 1 potion of healing. Extracts needed: salts of rogue's morsels, suspension of myrgrass. Method: stir the suspension until a vortex forms. Carefully tip in the salts. Keep stirring until the salts dissolve and the solution takes on a red hue. And keep in mind, when in doubt with alchemy, just recall the rule of 3. Thrice the same ingredient forms an extract. Excellent. Suspicious potion. Uh-oh. Okay. Let's try not to use that. Oh, we just failed a perception check. Wonder if it has anything to do with this lever.
That might be one.
Okay. Let's loot this little area really quick and see if there's anything that would be useful to us. Alright. I guess we're going back here now. Bone cap. Let's see what we find. Okay. Scroll of Summon Quasit. Alchemist's Fire. Nutbuster. Poo Scraper. Shovel's Friend Finder. Friend. Okay. Ugh. Ugh, stretch time. Ugh. Okay. So we are going to use this scroll here in a minute, but I am going to do some metagaming with this scroll right here, for a reason, because you can actually make this Quasit permanent if you use, I believe it's either a wizard, a sorcerer, or a warlock. And since Will is currently in the Pact of the Chain, I think it's called, where he can summon these things already, I'm probably going to give it to Gale and have Gale learn it, but you can only have it permanent if you do the specific thing. So I'm going to clear the rest of this room for stuff, and then we'll trade out one of our companions for Gale. Moldering casket. Oh. Hi there. He got a surprise round on us. Oh, so he's got friends. Okay. Alright. Robust Guardian, Agile Guardian. Alright. Let's just swing on this guy. Okay, I absolutely suck. Who has the lowest AC out of everyone? 16, 15, 13, 15. Okay. Let's use Tears Protection. And we're gonna use, it requires concentration, so hopefully they won't break Lae'zel's concentration. So we're gonna go ahead and use Tears Protection on Karlach to give her a +2 to her AC, so now she's at 15. And that will last until long rest or until the concentration breaks.
Shall we cut and run?
Okay. I should be able to do sneak attack because of how close they are. Yep, there we go. And then see if we can get the finish at Flourish. There we go, Astarion. Nicely done. Alright, let's get you kind of back here in the shadows.
Gods, it's hot in here.
Garlac, you want to just go swing on him? Go swing, Garlac. Reckless attack. It's only one guy, come on. Tenacity. Okay.
I wonder if this is worth the cost.
Astyr's turn. There you go. Arrow of Ilmater. Short bow.
Something's on my mind.
Scroll of Bone Chill. And Mace. Let's go ahead and send this scroll to Gale. Azuth. A is for Azuth and other gods too. Nope.
What's that?
We might have read this one already, but I'm gonna read it anyway. Azuth, the god of wizards all, who spend their whole lives learning, he grants their spells both big and small for Mystra always yearning. Bane of the tyrant, the black hand, make sure the strong do rule. He spreads his darkness through the land, praised by the harsh and cruel. Besheba will bring forth your doom, unless you chant her prayer. Split from Timora in the womb, she brings bad luck to spare. I'm gonna pick up some of this crap. Alright. The Bug Trumpet. Let's go ahead and dig this up. Alright. Can I get the chest? There we go. Scroll of Ice Knife. Scroll of Witch Bolt. And some gold. A little afraid to loot all these because there might be more of these enemies. Dark Journal. 6 Nightal. 1371 DR. I pay no service to the gods, but by some blessing this village believes me and my apprentice to be simple healers. My tattoos are hidden, my red robes locked away, and my lab secured. I have not heard the word Thay since we arrived, and only my apprentice knows me as Ilan Toth. This place is not ideal for my research, but I can never return home, not the way I escaped. I'd be put to death, with worse to follow. The work here is simple, and allows me to continue my research at night, but progress is slow. Reanimation seems easy, but restoring life, that prize eludes me. The tome contains the magic I need, but it fights me at every step, as does my apprentice. At least my familiar has made it easy to secure bodies without raising suspicion. This will take time. Will the Zolkirs find me before I can bring her back? I cannot say, but if they do come for me, they'll have to face the guardians I've raised. Search the cellar. Okay. Find the necromancer's book. The owner of the cellar was more than a doctor, he was a necromancer, and he was obsessed with a particular book. Alright. Now some gold. Nothing in there. Candle. Weave moss. Alright. So I'm going to go ahead and grab Gale. So we're going to go back to camp. Let me do alchemy first. We make Autumn Crocus, Mugwort, and Bullywug Trumpet. We can make Potion of Healing. There's another Potion of Healing there. Alright. So let's go to camp. Don't need a long rest yet, so let's just go to camp. I guess while we're here, we can talk to Will. So while we're here, let's see if people have stuff to talk about. Starting with Will. Oh, journal updated. The Wizard of Waterdeep. Treat Gale's condition. Gale's condition has become unstable. He needs a powerful magic item in order to consume the weave inside. We should offer him one as soon as we can. Okay, so I'm guessing Gale needs an item, so we'll have to find him. Doesn't seem like there's anything over there. So let's talk to our companions really quickly and see what they have to say.
Karlach's temper is a sight to behold. She'll need to be careful. That rage will burn her right out.
Okay, you have anything else?
Something the matter?
Anything else to talk about? I want to talk about all that's happened to us.
Fine. What's on your mind? I must admit, you've been a surprise.
Besides,
Same thing
he
as
saved my life
usual. Alright, Will?
You've been witness to a pantomime, I'm sorry to say. And I've played my part all too poorly.
What's that supposed to mean? Lay it out plainly, Will. Someone set you on Karlach's tail. I'd like to know who the source of yours is. If you weren't so useful, I'd drive a dagger through your skull. What's that supposed to mean? Lay it out plainly, Will.
It means that a reckoning's coming. And I'll be the one to pay up. One night soon, when we make camp, the veil will be lifted, and I'll pay my penance.
Penance. Should I be worried?
You're not in any danger, I promise. I can't say the same about me.
Okay. Blade of Frontiers. Rest at camp. Will spoke ominously about a penance he must face. We should take a long rest when the opportunity strikes. There's clearly a lot the Blade of Frontiers isn't telling us.
Karlach's all fire and fury. I
Apologize, guys. I'm gonna... Like I said, I'm trying to get pictures for thumbnails every time we do this, so... Apologize for taking photos during this. Just hoping to get a better frame, but...
pray to the Triad it doesn't consume her.
If I can at least get one frame, that's good. What do you make of Raphael?
He brings to mind a story. The Devil with the Silver Tongue. An old fairy tale my father read to me. The kind with a hero, a villain, and a moral. A farmer made a deal with the devil, so the story goes. In exchange for the farmer's dearest fruit, the devil granted him a bottomless coin purse. The farmer's dearest fruit, naturally, was no apple nor peach, but his beloved daughter. We can learn a lot from fairy tales. Don't you think?
The right teacher, yes. What are your thoughts on the devil, Will? Get to the point. You mean Raphael? We should at least consider his offer given our circumstances. Spare me the parables. I have no intention of bargaining with the likes of him. With the right teacher, yes. What are your thoughts on the devil, Will?
Refuse him. No matter how tempting the offer, no matter how delicious the feast he lays out for you, the cost will be too great.
Spoke of a cure, we have to at least hear my reflection. Don't worry. I have no interest in the devil's deal.
That's because you still have hope. But when he becomes your last hope, remember this. He'll require of you only what you're least ready to part with, and then require more still. You might think you'd give up anything for a cure, but the devil won't take just anything. He'll take everything.
Okay. Whalers?
Fate spins along as it should. Dost thou require a new ally?
Nothing. Okay. Astarion.
Well, hello. What can I do for you?
Okay. Lizelle.
speak.
Nothing. Garlac.
What can I do you for?
Nothing. Alright. Gale.
What's on your mind?
You okay there, buddy?
Apart from finding me an artifact to consume, which I assume you're pursuing with the appropriate urgency.
I think I have a magical artifact you'll be interested in.
That is most gratifying to hear. May I?
What happens to this item? Should I give it to you?
I will consume the magic inside. What was a powerful artifact will be rendered no more than a trinket. But it will save my life. Even if only temporarily.
Of course, I'm getting bug dialogue. Okay, so I figured out to fix, I think, this bug dialogue problem. What we're going to do really quickly is I'm going to pop a save. And then we're just going to quickly, once it finishes saving, we're going to reload the save. Because apparently that fixes bug dialogue, and it'll actually show me the choices. And I want to test if this is true or not, because then it will, you know, fix my problems. We'll test if this is true really quick.
I will consume the magic inside. What was a powerful artifact will be rendered no more than a trinket. But it will save my life. Even if only temporarily.
Okay, that actually did do it. Good to know. Alright, give Gale a magic artifact. So, I'm thinking probably this, because we're not gonna have any bards, because we're doing everyone on base class and stuff. So nobody's gonna get respect. And so we're not gonna have a bard. So we'll go with, for now, we'll go with the Cap of Curing, because nobody's gonna have bardic inspiration. So we'll give him that.
Thank you.
That would be... Sorry guys, that's a decent screenshot to take. I apologize for interrupting dialogue and stuff like that, but I need to take those screenshots for thumbnails to have options and stuff.
That hit the spot. I can feel it work. The magic, it's like a lullaby that sings to sleep the demon inside. A metaphorical demon, I haste to point out, but no less dangerous. And no less bound to wake up again to continue its ravages. Such is the nature of all monsters.
Okay. I'm glad you're feeling better. Your condition sounds unpleasant, to say the least.
Oh, it's not so bad once you get used to it. And, on the plus side, my tower in Waterdeep has never been so free of clutter. Sincerely, though, I understand I ask a lot from you with few answers in return. But in time, all will be told.
Don't mention it. I'm glad I could help.
My lord, I bow to your boundless kindness.
Alright, so let's get me a d4 so we can roll to see who's leaving the party. 1 Lae'zel, 2 Astarion, 3 is Karlach, and then 4 is just a reroll. That's a 4, so reroll. That's a 4 again. Reroll. 3. Okay. So Karlach will be leaving the party temporarily. So, apologies Karlach, I know you just got here, but temporarily you will be leaving the party.
How can I help?
Join me, why don't you? There's plenty of adventure to be had.
Would that I could. But your entourage is full. You'll need to make room for me first.
Take Karlach's place.
Wonderful. Lead on, then.
Alright. Excuse me. The Wizard of Waterdeep. We gave Gale a potent magical item, and he was able to absorb the weave inside. His condition is stabilized, though he warned us that it is an ongoing struggle. We should be prepared for the next time the need arises. Okay. Well, what kind of stuff do you have, Gale? I want to see... I want to have Gale using staffs, so I'm going to have him use this, and then I'm going to send this to camp, and we'll figure that out. I guess while we're here we can look at approval. Lae'zel's at neutral, Astarion's at neutral,
directly.
And Gale's at medium. Okay. So, what kind of stuff do you have, Gale, still? Trying to look at your spells really quickly. Want to learn anything? We have a little bit of gold. For now, I'll say no. Don't have any evocation stuff to really learn there.
No, never mind.
Okay. So, let's leave camp. And then we send the scroll to Gale, as he's a wizard. He might be able to he'll be able to get the permanent summon if we do it right. So then we use the scroll of summon Quasit.
Oh, shit-pilling toe rag! Never summon Shovel, never feed Shovel, now call Shovel!
You recognize the tiny fiend, a quasit. Wicked
Quasit, not a
creatures
Quasit.
often
Quasit.
used as familiars.
Wait, you're not Illy?
Illy?
My master, tall, skinny, prick with ears. So, you're Shovel's master now. Fine.
You're a disgusting little creature, aren't you? Your name is Shovel? This Illy you mentioned, who's that? Your name is Shovel?
Master Illy calls me Shovel. Don't like it? Change it.
What would you like to be called? Shovel is fine. How about another utensil? Fork. Does basket sound good to you? Shovel is fine.
So, what first, Master? Gutting locals? Raising the dead? Making them walk? Making them scream?
No, and you will not commit such deeds in my name either. Is that what you and your old master did here? Some light pillage, perhaps a bit of murder to follow. Is that what you and your old master did here?
Yes. Steal bodies, tear them, then Illy puts them back together. Again and again.
Certainly sounds like a
He
necromancer.
wasn't horny for the book. Oh, book this, book that. He loves the book.
What book?
Oh, Master should go see. Talk to the mirror, and remember, balsam, good for burns.
Balsam? What?
No one stopped me yet.
Some gold on the ground. Okay. It said talk to the mirror. It said balsam's good for burns. But I'm pretty sure, didn't we find a journal or something that said that what it was good for? I feel like I remember finding a journal about something that said something about balsam. Ornate mirror. Repeat the name from the book you read. Ilan Toth. Tell it your name. I'm a Jack Human Man. Examine your appearance. Repeat the name from the book you read. Ilan Toth. This might end badly.
I know my master's face.
Uh-oh.
You are not Ilintoth. If you are his ally, step
Okay.
forward and declare it.
Yes, an ally. I'm an ally of your master's. I don't have time for games. Let me pass. Open or I'll smash you to pieces. Bad luck be damned. Step back and say nothing. Yes, an ally. I'm an ally of your master's.
Only a true ally of Ilintoth may pass. What think you of the Zolkir known as Zastan?
You remember stories of Zastam, a powerful lich in Thay who made deals with dark gods.
He's a great and powerful leader. A foul lich. May he die 1,000 more deaths.
You are no Zolkir, but are you wise? Tell me, why might one use balsam ointment?
I read a doctor's journal. Use balsam to clean a wound. I spoke to the quasit. It treats burns to clear a rash. I read a doctor's journal. He used balsam to clean a wound.
Acceptable. Finally. If you could see anything in me, what would it be?
I'd see the ones I love. I'd look for whatever spell would rid me of this worm in my head. I'd see my enemies suffering. Well, here's the thing about this mirror. Is clearly it's not the exact thing that you want. Or something of the sort. I'd look for whatever spell would rid me of this worm in my head. But that is also what Astir would want. He'd love to see the ones he loves. But the ones that he'd love are dead. And so he probably knows there's no way of seeing that. In reality. So, I'd look for whatever spell will rid me of this worm in my head.
You seek to survive. You seek power. Be welcome.
Charlatan, Mirror Master. Nice. An inspiration. I'm a Astarion for that. Trick the magic mirror in the Thayan cellar. Sweet.
A well-guarded laboratory. What were they hiding down here?
Okay.
You have my
Gale.
attention.
Talk to Shovel.
Oh? A spell shite! When the fisting starts, use the sparky magic to call Shovel. Let's kill everything.
Okay. So now, as Gale, we have the option to summon Shovel whenever we need to. And he'll always be an ally. Since we have Gale now, let me go ahead and use Mage Armor. Let's go ahead and do that, and then we'll use one of our Arcane Recoveries to get that slot back. Okay.
No time to rest.
So let's take a look around this room. Scroll of Featherfall. Moonhaven Logbook. The book is filled with pages and pages of observations, tracking travelers and people in the village. You turn to the final pages. 26 Eliasis. Oliver Singe, merchant, arrives in Moonhaven, departs next day. Kalashite. 7 Eliant, stranger, name unknown, passes through, not Thayan. Roshemi. 14 Marpanoth, 3 men in black armor pass through, not Thayan. 2 Uktar, Hackett, journeyman, passes through, not Thayan. 30 Uktar, raid, black armored soldiers, some damage, not Thayan, but dangerous. 14 Nidal, the book's key gem has gone missing. Familiar ordered to watch my apprentice. 14 Nidal, Singe passes through, doesn't stop. 15 Nidal, familiar reports apprentice disappear near well, will observe. 18 Nidal, raid, same soldiers as before, townsfolk taken. 20 Nidal, smoke on horizon, raid. The Collectania Orebrum. You turn page after page filled with strange alchemical sketches and formulae. Some are written plainly, some in runes and scripts you barely recognize. There are guides to transmutating metals and recipes for weapons of war, but more than anything else, the book is concerned with reanimating dead flesh. Okay, basilisk oil. We don't want a rotten carrot. Okay, research notes. Raised dead, failed, gone too long, body decomposed. Reanimation, failed, came back as ghoul, had to kill again. Speak with dead, failed, answers unhelpful. Clone, failed, needs living tissue. Reanimation plus clone, failed, had to kill both ghouls. Resurrection, failed. Why? Magical curse? True resurrection. I have reached the limit of my skills and resources. The book offers help. Dare I accept? Okay. Rusted key. Bag of rotten food. Lever. Oh. Oh, so that opens that. And that goes into the room that we started in. Okay. Got it. Acorn truffle. Essence of acorn truffle. Laculite? Laculite? Suspension of laculite. Viridian crystal. Purple fluorite shard. Sylvan stone. Essence of sylvan stone. Simple toxin, basic poison. Okay. Let's continue. Use.
I doubt a bear this size went down without a fight.
Scroll of Featherfall. Scroll of Color Spray. Scroll of Chromatic Orb. Scroll of Blindness. Scroll of Dark Vision. Scroll of Animate Dead.
No traps, please.
Okay. See if Gale can learn anything.
Yes?
That's pretty cheap there. Animate Dead is 150 and it's at level 3. Everything is still kind of expensive.
All's well that ends.
Alright.
Not as bad as it could have.
Fringe Philosophy Volume 5. For some reason I feel like we read this, but I'm not sure. The publisher's note claims this volume promotes magical theory too radical for the mainstream. This excerpt is attributed to High Artificer Thara Bryn of Baldur's Gate. I suppose they seek to silence me, believing that an artificer of the High House would not stoop to publish in any volume outside of the great Gondian journals they so diligently guard. But they forget that I am not so grand. Before I lent my name and my knowledge to the High House of Wonders, and all the marvels therein, I was naught but a lazy farm girl who liked to look up. And that was how I first saw them, the slow and serene earth motes, entire mountains migrating through the sky above. It was later I learned of their origins, of the ancient Netherese empire that fashioned them, of the residual magic so potent it sustained them still. The wizards of Netherrealm carved marvels out of the mundane, lifted the earth aloft for industry, for sport. It was later still, after I earned my place at the High House, that I learned of the long shadow Netherrealm cast along the evolution of our craft, that their great flying cities fell into folly, and flames does not diminish the wonders they wrought, and the stubborn aversion to studying them, to learning what they learned, is the very antithesis of Gon's teachings. Yes, many of the catastrophes inflicted upon the centuries were fruit born of meddling with Netherese seed. Yes, their last shining bastion fell into shadow, their lore twisted to Shar's dark and destructive designs. And yes, I say again, whether the High House will sanction it or no, to study the very flame of creation is worth it, even should the fires consume us.
I'll take that. Let's have a look.
I'll say, why are we carrying the sword? We're already almost at an hour? I swear to God, this game goes by way too quick. On Death and Resurrection. An excerpt from the ongoing metatext Rebound by Usifa Elgin, a scholar excommunicated from the Church of Denir for her heretical efforts to reconstruct the metatext. Her gods now of lost and hidden knowledge. Of what value is a life? Far too esoteric a topic to warrant any serious critical consideration between these pages, surely, or so it would seem at first glance. But once we push aside the mysticism and dewy-eyed sentiment so often clouding our assessment, it is clear that across all the spinning planes, each and every life does indeed have a quantifiable value. It is simply that not all are equally valuable. Consider, we already know that the destruction of our material form is not the end. If anything, our souls are more free after death. Transcending planar barriers in search of a resting place that best befits our deeds, beliefs, and station in life, but even this assessment is subject to market forces. Lord Kelimvor weighing our souls against how thoroughly we have given them over to other gods, empowering them in turn. There is, of course, an alternate route, not the end of the path, but a chance to retread it. Clerics across the realms wield the power to return life to any soul deemed worthy or willing enough. It is strange, then, that these so frequently intersect with those deemed wealthy enough, for the components for such a spell are beyond the means of most mortals. I have interviewed those who have made such a return, and in truth have found them to be of the most dull and unimaginative sort that I can not possibly imagine what it is that they were so eager to return to. If a true assessment of the journey is to be made, then there is simply no replacement for embarking upon it oneself. Perhaps one day this great volume of learning will make me worthy enough to walk that path, and wealthy enough to return. The Evil Eye. While the number of trinkets and bargains a hag personally acquires means that her powers will be unique compared to that of her sisters, hags as a whole can still be divided into 3 subcategories. Night hags, named as such for their ability to haunt a mortal's dreams, slowly devouring vital essence until the victim's soul can be trapped into the hag's soul bag. They are known for being petty, selfish braggarts. Sea hags, known for devouring their victim's whole, sea hags can terrorize and kill with a single look. They reek of fish and are incapable of making a proper cup of tea. Green hags, they are beautiful, they are powerful, speak not a word against them. Gilded chest, bracers of defense. Become the bulwark. You gain a +2 bonus to armor class as long as you are not wearing armor or holding a shield. That could be good for Gale. That could be good for Karlak. So I think those are the only 2 that are not wearing armor right now. We'll have to see. Can't reach that bottle rack. I'm not gonna smash it. I'm not gonna smash it. It's tempting, but I'm not gonna smash it. Okay. So, essentially, if you're wearing no armor, they give you a +2 to armor class.
I applaud your taste.
And I mean, Gale is not wearing any armor whatsoever. So let's give it to Gale. So right now his armor class is a 14. And then if I put these on, he's at a 16. Because his armor class went up by 13. So it's at 13. And then his +1 to dex is at 14. And then now he's at 16 because of those bracers. Okay, sweet. Okay, there seems to be stuff in here. Oh.
A trap. Someone doesn't like visitors.
Okay, well I'm glad somebody passed the check. Come on. That's a 9. God dang it. Are we gonna blow up? We may or may not blow up. Okay, I think we're good. Then we can try again. Good. I don't want to blow up. Now I got even worse. Okay. We only have so many of these disarm things, so... Please give me a good roll. That's better. Okay. Okay, so that's what that key did. Failed a perception check.
A trap, just as I expected.
Okay. Well, let's disarm that. That's a 2. We're so fantastic. I'm gonna use an inspiration on this one because we have 4 and we don't need to have inspiration, and I don't know if this will set something off. So I'm gonna use an inspiration so we can not be fools, so in case we do get something, we actually have a worth of it. Okay. So I'm assuming that would stop any other traps from activating, maybe? Necromancy of Thay. Let's search these cocoons.
Oh dear. Someone's left a trap house.
First. Okay, so there are more traps. I'm hoping that plate would stop it, because I don't want to disarm the other 2 things. So I'm hoping that plate was maybe the main thing. If you, like, picked up the book, that would set it off. Okay.
The book is locked tight, with no visible keyhole. Only an oval recess in the cover's mouth. You try to examine the book, but the longer you stare, the more those piercing amethyst eyes draw you in.
A cursed book? How obvious. Whoever opens it deserves the fate that befalls them.
But it could
That
be worth
looks
it.
terribly heavy. Why don't you let me carry it for you?
Drop the tome, ready to destroy it. Tuck the book into your pack. Leave the book be. Well, we're definitely gonna take it, because it could be of some use to us, right? So let's tuck it into our pack, I guess, right? Let's do that. And Astarion seemed like you wanted it, so let's see if maybe we can give it to him?
I've known people who are hungry for power.
I'm curious.
But Gale takes it a bit too literally for my liking.
If we
I
can somehow
wonder
give
how
it to
he
him like
does
this?
it. Why he does it. I'm sure all will be revealed in time, but I don't like it. A waste of perfectly good treasure.
Okay. Because we didn't have an option to give it to him. But he did want to hold it, so I'm wondering if we just give it to him via inventory. That's what I'm curious about. Okay. So let's just keep it for now. And we will figure out what to do with it afterwards. Alright. So let's get the frick out of here. We spent enough time in this creepy basement as is. Okay.
That Zaithisk you mentioned intrigues me. Care to tell me a bit more?
An intricate device crafted by Malar, our most gifted artisans. I am sworn to say no more.
And you've got
Oh.
nothing to show
Hi
for
guys.
your own arse.
Some goblins out here.
Keep your paws to yourself, and I won't cut them off.
My bad.
Everything here is ours. Bugger off.
What if I don't wanna? How about that? What if I don't see fit?
Go on. More of us inside. Eh? Oh, I'm busy.
Okay. Well, the goblins don't seem to have any interest in actually talking to us. Hello?
Tastes like chicken. No chicken.
Oh god.
Tastes like fish. Gentlemen, contain yourselves. This quarrel sours our feast. Besides, tastes like pork. And what surprise is this?
Hello.
Brothers, look here. I have eyed yet another prize. Fortune favors our bellies. Stranger, be you friend or food. The mark is her measure. Show us the brand of the absolute.
You're quite eloquent for an ogre. I bear no such brand. I'll do you one better. I'm one of the absolute's chosen disciples. You're quite eloquent for an ogre.
Am I not astonishing? A robust diet makes for a shrewd mind, you see. I am a gourmand. And you, a delicacy. Unless you bear the mark, of course.
Well, in this instance, I think Astir would not want to get into a fight with these ogres. So he's gonna try to lie to them. He's got a little bit of deception proficiency, so he'd be decent at lying. hopefully. So we have a +1 because we have a -1 in charisma. So I'll do you one better. I'm one of the Absolute's chosen disciples. He's gonna try to lie to him instead of just telling him straight up that he's not. Okay, so for this we're gonna need a 9. Perfect. Just like I wanted. Okay.
Indeed. How regrettable that your meat must go unsavored. Food? Food. Not food. Friend.
I notice you don't bear a brand of your own. I've seen a few other ogres in these parts. I notice you don't bear a brand of your own.
I've no use for the Absolute, or any god. I follow 2 masters only. Gluttony and greed. The goblins understand my appetites. They sate my hunger for gold. And the rest sate my hunger for meat. Boss goblin give gold. We check brand. Good deal. No talk.
God, you're bullying him for no reason. Forget goblins, you should be fighting for me. I've seen few other ogres in these parts.
We follow the sense of blood and gold to all lands fertile, friend. And this land proves particularly fruitful.
Forget goblins, you should be fighting for me.
I am, by all accounts, a student of higher commerce and extortion. Make me an offer. Tempt me.
I'll give you 500 gold if I can call you in a battle. 1,000 gold after you fight for me. I'll pay you in the flesh of the fallen. You'll have your fill. I changed my mind. The offer is off the table. I'll pay you in the flesh of the fallen. You'll have your fill. Oh, God. So we need either a 19 or a natural 20. Not a great start. We have 3 inspiration to use on this. Okay. 19 or a natural 20. Are you serious, bro? Of course we get an 18. That goes any of the luck that we had here. Alright. Again. 19! Let's go! So we have our inspiration.
A brilliant notion, and a boon to my aching belly. We have a deal, my tasty kibble. Take my bone horn. One blow, and the ground will quake with my family name. Use it when the need arises, and never a moment before.
Okay.
Ogre kill everyone around, then Ogre eats them.
Essentially, we can use that at any time in Act 1.
Indeed.
Anytime past Act 1, we can't use it. Leave.
We will keep close.
Let's go!
When you are ready, sound the horn.
Noble. Bodyguards for hire. Nicely done. We got ourselves an inspiration back from that. Lump's Warhorn. Recruit the ogres to protect you. I like that. Alright, so we got some ogres that we can call in if we need some. But we can only use it in Act 1, so we gotta be smart about it, because if we don't use it at all, then we just completely wasted that. But we could definitely use it. Okay. Laria, Lady of Deception, the goddess who wears many masks. Invoke her name, avoid perception. She hides your lies and secret tasks. For joy to Lyra, you must call and worship her through salt-felt dance, so find her presence in fest halls. Do not give idleness a chance. Leviatar's pleasure is your pain. Your scars and offering, scourge or candle, whip or cane can your devotion bring. Okay, The Approachable East, Volume 4. What a land is Cormyr! Certainly the geography is dramatic, edged by mountains and sea, filled with forests and swamps. But why dwell on these when the great walls of Suzail loom ahead? One sees the city's walls as one approaches, but there's no understanding them from a distance. It's only as one gets close, and they loom higher and higher and higher, that one appreciates the majesty of Suzail. I passed through gates the size of castles to enter this magnificent city. The streets are patrolled by elite armored knights known as the Purple Dragons, and frequented by nobles in the most elegant fashions. Its port is filled with ships from across the Sea of Fallen Stars, carrying goods from lands I only knew from legends. The docks overflow with fruit, spices, silks, and animal pelts. You will not see a finer market, if you have the golden lions to spend. Also, the harming of cats is strictly forbidden. A thoroughly civilized land. Fables of Faerun 3. There were once two sisters, one a great fighter and one a great cleric, who longed for new adventure. I shall skewer an elder brain upon my sword, cried the fighter. To the Underdark! I wish to know the secrets of the brain's power, said the cleric. Let us be off. In the recesses of the deep, the sisters slew darklings and darrow, bugbears and bullets. The two reached an illithid colony. When the fourth 10-day passed, their quest would soon be complete. With great effort, they felled a half-dozen mind flayers and soon reached the Elder Brain's lair. It rose from the brine pool and the center of its chamber, flanked by illithids. The brain didn't speak aloud, but the sisters could hear it in their minds. I am called Quazaz. Why have you come? I will make your powers my own, called the cleric. I will crush you and bring an end to your tyranny, said the fighter. The brain hovered in silence. A moment later, a burst of psionic energy shook the chamber and the sisters lay dead. Good luck, Quaz replied. The illithids feasted heartily that day. Okay. The Folly and the Fall. Though clearly old, this handbill has managed to maintain its bold print over time. For one season only, see the play that sent Elturel's Everlight Theater into chaos. The Sharp-Tongued Traveling Troupe presents The Folly and the Fall, a tragedy in 4 parts. Part 1, of Lost Netherrealm, that great wizarding empire and humanity's age of wonder. Part 2, of the great mage Karsus, his brief and terrible godhood and the ruin he brought. Part 3, of Netherrealm's fall, 1,000 years of shade and Shar's subversion. Part 4, of Netherrealm's return and its shadow falling upon the land. Penned by the great bard Bragan Feg, The Folly and the Fall tells the true story of the flying Netherese city Foltstanther and its dramatic return after 1,000 years in exile on Shar's Plane of Shadow. See the climactic battle above Myth Draenor, rendered in stunning detail thanks to the finest thaumaturges on the coast. Direct on your village green as a sharp-tongued traveling troupe makes its transit to Baldur's Gate. See it now or face 1,000 years of sorrow. A school's attendance log fills the ancient pages. As the pages and days progress, more and more people's names vanish from the entries. An urgent script, a note in the margin states that someone has to investigate what's become of the missing children and their families.
Someone's diary. Might explain what happened here.
A is for Azuth, and we got 6. I think we might have read this one already, but let's just do it really quick. A martyr hears a martyr's cries, takes in the ill and the oppressed. When one to help the others dies, then by Ilmater they are blessed. Yergil, or so it's often said, once gave away his bony throne. For Kelemvor he tracks the dead, make sure that dead souls do not roam. Kelemvor, Lord of the Dead, will take your hand when death arrives, make sure souls are correctly led to all their proper afterlives. We just read that.
I'll pass, thank you. I prefer abjuration over acrobatics.
Okay. Dead Tiefling, Tarnished Locket, Gold, Rope, Great Club, Thief Souls. We are going to use Speak with Dead on her here in a second. I just want to make sure we loot the rest of this building really quickly. Fables of Faerun 5, The Boy and the Beholder. A shepherd's son tended to his father's flocks on the banks of the Shionthar. The days grew long and the boy grew bored. To amuse himself, he called out, "Beholder! Beholder!" The shepherd came running, but there was no beholder. The boy pointed and giggled, but the shepherd scolded him. "Do not cry beholder when there is no beholder. Promise?" So this is like the boy who cried wolf. "I promise," said the boy, but the next day was as boring as the last. "Beholder!" the boy cried, and his father rushed to his side. The boy laughed and laughed, but the shepherd only frowned and shook his head. 3 days later, the boy spotted a round figure floating in the distance. It had one giant eye in the middle of its face, a mouth full of pointed teeth, and thin stalks growing from it, each with an eye peeking from the tip. "Beholder! Beholder!" he shouted, but no one came. The beholder began to float toward him, and the boy turned and sprinted along the river. He ran and ran until he reached a high bank and could run no more. The boy cried and cowered, bracing for the beholder's deadly ray. Instead, a familiar voice said, "Turn around!" The boy turned. There was no beholder, only the shepherd clad in a woolen cloak. A giant eye was painted on the front, and a toothy mouth below. Vines were sewn to the cloak's edges. "You scared me," sobbed the boy. "That makes us even," said his father, as he dried the boy's tears. The boy never cried beholder again. Alright. Okay. Let's go ahead and use Speak with Dead on this tiefling, and I guess figure out what happened to her. Beholder, yes. Good old Beholder. I love Beholders. They are great. One of my favorite, like, monsters in D&D in general.
The body has been torn open by huge hands.
Okay. What was his name? Whose name? That's the question. Who did this to you?
Ogres, hungry, bloodied, screams.
Okay. The Beholder. I don't know, it's just a Beholder. I mean, it's that simple. What brought you to the village?
Strange warriors.
Ooh.
Gold, skin, silver blades.
Quick of foot, this one, to avoid Githyanki hunters.
Githyanki? Where did you see those warriors?
Mountains, road, gate.
See, this really actually does do a lot, because I've never done, like, Speak with Dead on a bunch of corpses and stuff, because I didn't know you could recast it. So it's actually an interesting way to play, because I've never done this before. Anything of value you happen to have?
True sight, no coin.
I think this is our last question anyway, so... Where are you from? Zoru. Oh, crap. That makes sense why you know the Githyanki. Okay. It all makes sense now. Okay, so we actually did get an update on Lae'zel's quest. Okay, search this Githyanki warrior. We spoke to a tiefling's corpse. It hinted that we might find more Githyanki near a mountain pass in the northwest. We should travel there with Lae'zel. So we already knew that because of Zoru. So, I guess if you don't talk to Zoru, that's another way that you can figure out about the Githyanki stuff. That's actually pretty cool. Okay, unlock the ancient tome. Unlock the book. The owner of the tome mentioned a key gem. Could this be the secret to unlocking the necromancy of Thay? Unlock the book. The book is locked tight and the mechanism isn't shaped for a key. Maybe some kind of stone would work. Destroy the ancient tome. Destroy the book. Evil is inscribed on every page of this book, but all evil has a weakness. There must be a way to destroy it. Search the cellar. Decide what to do with the book of necromancy. We found a strange and powerful tome, the necromancy of Thay. What should we do with it? Books like these contain manifold secrets, though they've been known to drive people mad. We're going to keep it for now. And Astarion seems like he wants it, so we might give it to Astarion if we see fit. If we can find the gem or whatever that would, or whatever would go into it. Gold, a gate, ladle, stuffed bear, milk can. Take it all. Alright. Is there anything over here? Oh. Oral Histories of Faerun, the Paladin Oathbreakers. This book is comprised of several chapters, one for each cited source. It claims to contain first-hand transcriptions of the oral histories of several storytellers throughout the realm. Chapter 7. Valamor the Outcast, 52 years of age, human paladin, Oathbreaker. Given Valamor's reputation in Othkatla, the city she once called home, I met the former knight officer of the noble and exclusive order of the Radiant Heart with no small amount of trepidation. She has lived as an outcast for some years now, and the rumors of her character quite preceded her. I spoke to one of the prelates of the order, who described her as a dreadful, sadistic traitor, warning me that to find her would be suicide, and she would kill me before I could speak a single word. He was wrong. When I finally tracked her down, we spoke for hours, and I left her with her blessing to share her story. I will not disclose our meeting place, as the order punishes those who violate their vows with beheading. Of course I regret it. Breaking an oath isn't going back on your word. It's not an ethical quandary. It wrenches out a part of your soul. Before? I could call on angels to fight alongside me. I could banish fiends back to the hells and demons to the abyss, all with a thought and a prayer. I lost my voice. I speak, but this isn't my voice. It's an echo, a whisper. Tell them this. Most days I wish I died rather than breaking my oath. But I'd never take back what I did. What I refused to do. Damn the order. Service became dogma. Obedience was virtue. To question was sin. Justice and duty are uncomfortable bedfellows. And eventually, they make bastards of us all. Okay. What do we got over here? Volo's Guide to Baldur's Gate. Volo was the guy we met in the grove, if you remember. The guy was talking about the goblin stuff. And then about the dragon that wasn't there. Weird thing for him to ask, but, point being. A poorly drawn map of the city is captioned in flamboyant script. What follows is the most thorough and accurate account of the city and people of Baldur's Gate, the sordid gem of the Sword Coast. An editor's note in crimson ink follows. V. This volume is startlingly accurate, save for the nonsense about the Black Dragon Gate. It is not alive, no matter how vagrant hags claim otherwise. Commission someone else to draw the map. E. Okay, I found a backpack, potion of healing, jolted fire swill, and a sun melon. Alright. I guess let's continue, because we still have, looks like this top half of this area to still go through. So let's get to searching that side. Okay. Missing poster?
Missing children. Maggie Terrans, Marcus Terrans, Mathan Deach, Rochelle Kirk.
Okay. Goblin Brawler?
If you want to keep your insides on the inside, don't cause any trouble.
Okay. A warning to the Sword Coast. People of the Sword Coast, look around you. What do you see? A collection of gods fearing humans, elves, and dwarves, or an infernal corruption of that divine image. Tieflings wearing their devilish heritage for all to see, walk among us as if they didn't know their existence, and allegiance to the lords below. These Hell's-Touch people have infiltrated our cities, our organizations, even our families. They can claim to be good all they wish. Would you believe the tiger who looks at you with dripping fangs if he said he ate nothing but vegetables? No, we can see their true nature, plain as day. But they are not the only evil infiltrating our world. All around, I see Drow, Dwergar, and other creatures of the Underdark strive for acceptance. But why should you accept them, when their brothers raid our countryside and steal our children? Obviously, I am not saying they should be cast out. Obviously, I am not saying we should return these delinquents to the Underdark and drive the Tieflings back to the hells they came from. But be wary of these people, my friends. Be suspicious when you see them, and especially suspicious when you do not. The True and Impossible Adventures of Tenebrux Morrow, Volume 1. An excerpt from The True and Impossible Adventures of Tenebrux Morrow, a pulp serial following the real-life exploits of the interplanar ship's captain. The real Captain Morrow is known never to have left her native Waterdeep, and emerges from her rooms at the yawning portal only to exchange scrawled manuscripts for fresh meals and ink. His red dragon thus dispatched, the knight had no choice but to leap for my ship, crashing to the new bride's deck even as his mount was swallowed by the eerie gloom of the astral plane's shifting tides. Faithful Norls was upon him instantaneously, clawing and biting, alas, in vain. Astral projection thwarts even the fury of attack Tabaxi cabin boy, and the treacherous Githyanki only laughed as Norl's formless blows passed harmlessly through him. The knight's silver sword came about in an arc that missed Norl's entirely, but neatly clipped the spiritual cord and anchoring the Tabaxi's stalwart soul to the plane. I mourned as my faithful feline companion faded from existence, but did not hesitate. The Githyanki only smirked lazily at my charge, anticipating the futile efforts of another bound by the laws of this plane. But that is not, and has never been, Captain Tenebrux Morrow. Unlike poor Norls, I had entered this plane in my full-fleshed form, a fact I demonstrated by thumping the warrior solidly between the legs. He tumbled over the new bride's rail, and down into the mists, even as a fresh horde of dragons rose from the distant dead citadel of Tunar. Okay.
Apart from an overgrowth of moss, the well looks unremarkable.
Investigation. Peer into the well. Better higher. It's a solid 4. It's okay, we have inspiration. We suck. This playthrough, I'm not super worried about hoarding inspiration, because if stuff happens, stuff happens. So, there we go. And then other playthroughs, it's a little different, but...
Dry stones line the wall.
Why is the well so hard to get into? It's a really good question. I've never had a problem with this well before until, like, you know, yesterday, and then today. Climb down the bucket rope.
Impressive webbing. Though I should probably worry about its creators.
Yeah, maybe we should. Okay, short sword. Great sword. Studded shield. Skull. Animal carcass. Okay.
Something didn't like that.
Potion of healing. Loot. Oh. We probably shouldn't have done that. Okay. Maybe we should have waited to loot. Oh god. Okay. Can you get up there? No. Okay. So we're gonna make you go invisible, essentially, and then have you move so nobody knows where you are. You stay there. Okay. Astarian Civil Toxin. Affected NCA takes 1 to 4 poison damage at the end of its next turn. Oh, he's poisoned. Oh crap, I don't think I have anything. If I had lesser restoration. Gale, can you... You can't get up there? Okay. Can you hit this thing and, like, hit the spider at all? No, you just hit the web. Just not even on the web, otherwise I'd say you knock it down, but it's not on the web. Okay. Let's do Chromatic Orb. What would be good against these things? Fire, maybe? Okay. They're like a weakness or something? Can I see that? Doesn't seem to have any weaknesses. Okay, let's just do it. Okay. Solid damage, and it's burning, so it takes 1 to 4 fire damage per turn.
It's macabre.
Okay, Starian, you need to be healed somehow. You have a potion? Yes, okay. 4. Great job, man. Okay, so let's get you over here. Do you have that bow? Yeah, we got you Spell Thief, didn't we? Okay, yeah, I remember we got you Spell Thief. So if you roll a crit on a bow shot, then you get the, you get a spell slot back. I don't have advantage. Okay. So I can't do a sneaky one. Ice Knife, Bone Chill. I could do True Strike. Let's do a Hamstring Shot. Okay. You just took damage from the toxin. Okay. Ow. Okay. So let's go ahead and Hunter's Mark. So we can do, I guess, bonus damage, right? There we go. Nicely done.
I will ascend.
Oh wait, did you have Second Wind available to you? Because you need to heal. Oh, we already used your bonus action for Hunter's Mark. Right. Okay.
Time to strike.
Difficult movement. Okay. Well, what if I just make you jump? Then you're not technically in the terrain, and it won't be difficult movement. Get up. Okay. And now we could recast Hunter's Mark, because we completed the hunt. I guess we should get you maybe going, like, over this way. Oh god. Starian. Alright. Go, Shovel, go! Solid 6. Oh boy. Okay, Gale. How many of them can I see? Let's see, what if I were to... Could I... Please have enough movement, please have enough movement. Can you go up this way? That's annoying. Okay. Do you think I'd be able to see multiple? I could do this, and then I could do this, and do this again, and maybe it'll knock him down? Maybe? Right? It didn't do any damage to the web. I thought it would do damage to the web if I hit him. Okay, well, that didn't work out too well, did it? Could have planned that better. Oh god, Astarian, you are... Potion! And you're currently, like, far away from everybody, too. So I'm trying to get you to deal with this spider. Okay, let's see if I can... You're technically out of its sight. And you're not threatened, and there's an ally nearby. So yeah, sneak attack should work. Really? Really? That's annoying. Okay, well I need to use Second Wind to heal. As much as I can there. So there's one guy... Okay, let's go up here. Can I get to that? I can. I'm gonna swing on the web. The fire sword, I should be able to knock it down. There we go. Solid 4 damage. Let's see. Try to use jump so I don't get set on fire here. That's my idea. And then... There we go. And then we'll turn this way. Go get him, Shovel. There you go. That's the shovel we know. Alright, Gale. Get the high ground. I'm hoping you can actually hit it from up here.
Of course.
Okay. Firebolt. There we go.
Hungry for the slaughter.
Starian, can you like get over here maybe? Yep. And then we can get sneak attack. Not a crit. That's okay. And then we'll use your action to hide.
Comes easy these days.
Let's just shoot it. There we go. Nicely done, everyone. Nicely done. And that wall goes into there. We'll be right back, guys. Hope everybody took their little break. We got themselves something to eat, drink, bathroom. I had to go rinse a plate, apparently. So let's see. I need to now set a slot for replay Hunter's Mark. And we're gonna do our second short rest here. That's what we're gonna do. Astarion is currently still sneaking, so maybe get out of the hide action. There you go, buddy.
What now?
That just goes into the room that we've already been into, so it's not gonna help us any. Go. Okay. Guess I gotta jump from here. It's okay. I don't think there's any more enemies in here, but one. Or if there is a few, but they're not gonna. If we do all this back here, it's not gonna matter. What is Astarion doing right now? Good lord. Holy noise. Okay. Let's see. Torch. Some water. Okay, let's go ahead and do this. Burnt journal. Most of the book's pages have been carefully burned away. Those that remain contain a single sentence rewritten in varying states of agitation. In her form, I find ecstasy. The spell is not enough. I guess we'll pick up this other stuff here. Excuse me. Never seems to be anything in these bottle racks. I don't know why you can even search them. Okay. Bloody Journal. Though originally a screed on Lulth penned in blood, this book's crimson script has been smeared away in several places, a different handwriting atop it. I recall my life upon the surface with more than regret. I weep for the decades spent treading the murky waters of profanity while my true queen waited in the shadows. Even my name, Elite? I don't know, feels foreign and foul upon my tongue. A high elf, exalted by Lolth herself, my drow captors cannot fathom it, but I see their house's downfall in visions granted by the Spider Queen herself. When the day comes, when some unnamed whelp from an insignificant house cuts the matron mother's throat, I will escape. I will find solitude, and I will worship Lolth with my very soul. Ritual diagram. An ornate diagram is drawn upon this parchment depicting a ritual of some kind. At the bottom, two figures, a spider and an elf, are sketched within overlapping circles. A single word is penned beneath them: transcendence. We're already almost at 2 hours? What? 20 minutes to 2 hours? What? I swear this game just feels like you're never playing a game. Okay, journal filled with hastily sketched diagrams of spiders and various spell runes. The captions are largely written in code, save for a few passages near the end that are penned in shaky common. They can sense my devotion. It draws them. I hear them in the shadows, whispers from the dark mother. I woke to a gift wrapped in spider's silk, a pair of boots taken from a heretic's corpse. Lolth sends her daughters to reward my faith, to let me know I am on the right path. Another gift, the corpse of a drow, sigils scarred upon his face. An arachnomancer, one with the power to inhabit the spider's form. It is a message, a calling. My blood already dries upon the dagger, her blessed image carved into my skin. Webbed cover journal. This book's leaves are stuck together with thick webbing that leashes ink when pulled from the page. Only the final entry remains remotely legible. It is time. I will forever transcend this blasphemous flesh and refashion myself in the Queen's image. No longer will I be bound in this lowly form, this base shape of organ and bone. Even the arachnomancers of Menzoberranzan shall weep at my feet, their little spells so feeble and fleeting. Today I found the house of Lolth, and I shall be its matriarch. Okay. Oh! Sage, a solitary spider. We got inspiration. Okay. Ooh, spider step boots. Immune to being unwebbed, your movement speed is not affected by web surfaces. Scroll and negate. Okay. Scroll of web. Scroll of invisibility. Scroll of dark vision. Scroll of crown of madness. Scroll of blink. Why are you going up there to search one crate, bro? What? Can you just search it? I don't think we read this one. It's very familiar to one, but we did not read this one. I know for sure. Okay, this book comprises several chapters, one for each cited source. It claims to contain first-hand transcriptions of the oral histories of several storytellers throughout the realm. Chapter 4, Baldur the Swift. 700 years of age. Wood elf storyteller hailing from the wood of sharp teeth. It took me several 10 days of quiet habitation in the wood before the venerable Baldur felt comfortable revealing his presence to me. How many different books are in Baldur's Gate 3? I actually have no idea how many books are in Baldur's Gate 3. No clue. The longer I stayed, demonstrating I was no threat to his health and peace, the more open he was to gentle inquiry. This tale, relayed to me on a chilly morning as we stoked a small fire between us, was like none I had heard before or since. I asked if it were fiction, and he insisted emphatically it was as true as his own right eye. Long ago, before my eyes and ears, before your lonesome quill, dear scribe, there was an empire of people, or perhaps only belief. An empire of brain-eaters, soul-wasters, they called themselves Illithids, the flayers of minds. The children of Gith were bowed, bent in service to the flayers, a passionate people made to serve a cold belief. The flayers were untouchable, their minds a great oppressor. No proud will or passion could break Gith's children free. Until, at last, a reckoning, its source unknown, its power unproven, but its events history-making. The cowed would not be cracked. Gith's children fought back valiantly, their freedom theirs, the flayers bent and broken till today. Fringe Philosophy, Volume 5. Da, 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 da. Now, we read this one, for sure. I can guarantee that we read that one. So I did some research, and one guy counted 800 different pieces of literature between books and scrolls and letters. Dang. Quite a bit, quite a bit. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and we can equip these boots now. Spider step boots. Look at all these books and crap in our inventory. I gotta take these back to camp at some point when we get to it. So we had some inspiration we got from Gale. Solitary Spider, read the Arachnomancer's journals at the bottom of the well. I still do love how we all, like, every character that we've gotten so far all has different backgrounds. Like, I think that's really cool. And we don't have a repeat background yet. We probably will end up having a repeat background, but so far, everybody has a different background. Which I find really, really cool. Okay. I don't think we necessarily need to search all these cocoons, but you know what? Let's do it. Why not? Leather helmet, bone, skull. Oh. You can attack them for some reason. Nature's egg clutch. I gotta stop shooting things. Okay. Let me send this to... Actually, let's keep those on us for now. So I got a leather helmet, and I want to give that to somebody. Lizelle doesn't have a helmet yet, so let's send this so she gets a +1 to dexterity saves. I wonder... Nope, 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 nope. Hide the appearance. We're not... Nope. Do not mess with it. Is there a way to recast this? I can, because I short rested, right? Okay, cool. Because Karlak's not in our party right now, so there's no point in having that on her if she's not in our party. Okay, so you have AC of 15, 16, 15, 16. Okay. So I'm going to do a steer with the Cheers Protection. So now his AC, as long as she keeps the concentration, his AC is at a 17 right now. Scroll of Gust of Wind. Okay, I wonder if we shoot this down, if we can... Can you loot it if you... I don't know. I can't seem to actually get that to work there. Okay. Silk Gland. Rusted Blade. Short Sword. Gold. Potion of Greater Healing. Okay. And then this way, if I remember correctly, is actually where the entry to that one hole that we broke open. So you go right through here, and you're in that room that we were in last episode. We broke this hole in the wall, and I said we'll get to this later. It's another way in. Stop getting webbed. Stop it. Don't suck. Oh, is it apprentice's back? Skeleton. Oh, spurred band. I've actually never looted this corpse before. During combat, when the wearer starts their turn with 50 hit points, 50% hit points or less, they gain momentum for 1 turn. Okay. Well, we can put that on. Now we have both 2 rings on. Apprentice's Journal. 3 Uktar, 1371 DR. Let it be known that I left my homeland because I was bound to my master, and not because I chose to. Were it not for the oath I swore, I would still be home, serving the Zolkirs, and not tending to hog pox in this crude hamlet. However, an oath is an oath, and I will serve him, as is my duty, until I am released. The early journal entries are written in a delicate, intricate script that gets rougher and wilder. The more pages you turn, it ends with one hastily scrawled entry. They did it! The Jark Justiciars got the old bastard before the Zolks could. Now he's bleeding out, and once he's gone, I'll be free of this oath. I can go back. I'll return the Tome of Necromancy he stole. They'll forgive me then. They'll know I'm loyal. The key gem's secure in the tunnels. Once I have it, I'll slip into the cellar, take what I can carry, and then home. Okay, unlock the ancient tome. The Necromancer's apprentice mentioned a key gem lost in the tunnels. We need to find it. Okay, so I'm assuming this would be the tunnels, right? And this would have been the apprentice to the Necromancer's place that were in earlier in the episode. Dead goblin child. Oh god. I do not need to see a dead goblin child. That was not something that was necessary for me. Okay, let me cut the wall down. Is there anything over here that's even worth it? Okay, so you can go down that way, which there seems to be some spiders. Got it. Gold, push integrator healing, bronze necklace, dagger. Okay. Bone cap, gold, common scimitar. Phase spider egg. Okay, we got some leather gloves. Is anybody concurrently not wearing gloves?
Elminster's not around.
Nope. Okay. Leather gloves don't actually do anything, but you know, for the aesthetic vibes, I would have put them on somebody. I don't think there's anything there that we're missing. Okay. So, what we're gonna do for this, we're gonna do a little bit of metagaming. Essentially. Oh, game save for me. Thanks, game. I wasn't gonna save, but cool. This is the Spider Matriarch. So, has a poison immunity. Web walker. Slow down my web service, it can be webbed. These eggs will essentially spawn space spiders. And since we have these boots, we can't be in webbed. So what we're gonna do, please, Gale, please, is we're gonna split, and we're gonna see if we can get rid of these eggs, essentially. So I need to find this alchemist fire. Then we're gonna throw it over this way. That's gonna burn all of those eggs. Okay. Then we're gonna stay over this way. While the spider matriarch comes back, so it can't see us. Because there's a batch of eggs there, and then there's a batch of eggs down to the left. And we're gonna see if we can destroy them all. I know I'm doing a little bit of metagaming. Okay, I need the matriarch to go to the left, essentially. Like that. That's what we need. Then we take this and we... Quick, 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 quick. Oh god. Path is interrupted. What? Okay. Well, I don't know why the path was interrupted, so that's fine. Path wasn't supposed to be interrupted, but... Okay. Well, now everybody, get in here. Let's get everybody in battle. Alright. Let's do this thing, shall we? Okay, let's see if we can... have an idea. Let's take, because we can take stuff from inventories. Let's, split. I'm gonna take one of these alchemist fires, and I'm gonna throw... I love when it bugs like that. Okay, so I obviously took it, right? Or no, I didn't take it yet. Okay, so send this to Lae'zel, and then throw it from there. What we're gonna do is essentially throw it right at it, or we're gonna throw it here, so it should hit, and then hit the web too. Okay, the web didn't do enough damage to the web. Okay. Let's go ahead and burn our action surge, because I'm going to rest after we finish this anyway, so... Let's burn our action surge. Please, bow shot, please. Please. Just 2 damage, please. There we go. 44 damage, and it's prone. What a wonderful time.
I'm ready.
Okay. Estadio. I guess let's... Let's go this way. Can I hit anything? Path is interrupted, path is interrupted. Can't see anything from here. Alright. Let's go invisible, and then we'll just move you over this way. Gale, I'm gonna sit you over here, and I want to see if I can maybe shoot some scorching rays. I can do it on the spider web, but I can't actually do it that way. What about like acid arrow? No, thing's too far from me. Okay. Really? Okay. Seer, you want to get back off that web, maybe? Let's see. Can I reapply Hunter's Mark? Let's do that. Hunter's Mark is applied, and then do a hamstring shot. Oh! What a wonder. And then I'm gonna action surge. And I'm gonna use a spike bulb. Barbs inside this bulb explode on impact, making all nearby enemies bleed. We're gonna throw it right at it. All those little babies just bled for one. And they're all bleeding. Look at that. Oh god. Broke my concentration on Hunter's Mark. Oh. Oh god, that's not good. Okay, Lae'zel, get him up. Okay, I guess go pommel strike this guy. Oh, welcome online, Mr. Gaming. Thank you for, popping up. I'm assuming it's gonna pop up on screen. Yeah. Yeah, you get a live feature in the video for popping up on Baldur's Gate 3. Live feature. Okay, sorry, and you need to do something here. Take one of these potions that we've got now, greater healing. And then, for this moment, let's just get you, like, back here. And you're poisoned. Gale, do you have anything? Okay. I guess let's see if I can help out over there, maybe? If I were to do, like, an acid arrow, probably would work. Good shout out. Yep, you know, great shout outs, great shout outs. Let's do acid arrow, if I can. Am I not in evocation? I am. I'd be able to hit that. Maybe acid arrow is not really that great for what I'm thinking though. Let's do this, and then how much health does this one have? Okay. Let's do level 1 magic missile. Why not? There we go. Get some damage off on it. Opportunity attack. First challenge run, BG3 without reading. Absolutely not. Why would I ever do that? Alright, so I'm going to cleave here. And I can get, it seems like no matter which way I aim, I'm just going to get 3. So let's just swing. Got 3. Okay. Then I'll use my second wind to heal. Okay. Miss, miss. Dang, got the hit. If they all 3 would have missed, I could have reposted the last one. He's summoning more of his children. Or she's summoning more of her children. Ow. Okay, Astarion. Have a little bit of an idea what to do with you. I'm gonna actually have you go around. You're probably gonna get poisoned. Nope, okay. Let's do True Strike. We're gonna put that on the Matriarch. So that, for 2 turns, I have advantage on attack rolls against it. Which I think will just be for 1 turn, because I can't really attack it this turn. Unless I decide to use a Potion of Speed, which I'm not gonna do. And then, I can't move you any. So let's just dash then, and then I'll try to move you back this way. Please don't get poisoned. Okay. Probably should have used a potion, now that I think about it. That's okay. 12 HP on this thing. Okay. Chromatic Orb. Have a chance to knock Preacher's Crone if I do the frozen one. Let's do that. See if I... Great False Service knock prone if I don't kill it. Dang it. Okay. Still good damage, and then I can come in... Let's do this. And we can take a shot with Lae'zel. Kill that one. Okay. Alright, so I'm gonna need my bonus action. I'm gonna use a potion. Then I'm gonna have to just... Let's see. This thing has not much HP left, so I'm gonna try to kill this spider. There we go. Miss. Miss. Miss, please. Yes. Do I not have riposte? Oh, right, you're a champion. That's why. Oh my god. That's right. For some reason I thought Astyr was a battle master. But no, I have him as champion. Okay, I'm gonna use my... I'm gonna have Gale try to get her up if I can. This will probably get Astarion poisoned. Nope, okay. Can I move any much further? Okay. I'm wondering if I can... I have disadvantage against target. I think it's outside of... It's barely outside of my range there. Okay. Come on. Okay, well, it's a waste of True Strike. I guess let's just dash, and then I'll have to dash back. Gale, help Lae'zel.
Victory awaits.
Take a potion. Oh, I forgot you had second wind. And now you're poisoned. This is lovely. Okay, let's see. Pommel Strike 1, maybe? There we go. It's technically knocked out, but it's out of the battle. And then, there we go. We just got the 1 left now. No, there's a whole new set coming. Oh my lord. Y'all are evil. There we go, lays out riposte. Oh god. This isn't going too well. Okay, I have an idea. So let's throw. I don't have a potion. Hold on. Give me this. Let's split, and then... Where did this... I split it into two. Where did the... There we go. Okay, give this to Astarion, and then I'm going to use my action here to throw the potion onto the ground and hit both of them. And then I'm going to, as my bonus action, I'm going to drink one of our potions of speed so that I get another action. And I can try to figure out what to do from that point. Let's see. If I move over this way, I don't have an angle, do I? I might if I am right there. I don't have advantage. Thought I'd have advantage on it. That's why I did that. Okay, I'm going for the ice knife. Got it prone. I mean, that works. Or somewhat it works. I can't attack with you. Can I shove the spider? Yeah. Okay. And of course you're poisoned. Okay, I'm gonna have to use my bonus action. Do that. So exact opportunity, maybe it'll miss. Miss, please. Thank you. Go. Okay.
Sometimes the only way out is through.
See if I can push it off. Into the abyss he goes. Okay. I feel like Astir's just been out of commission this whole time, and it's not great for me. Ow. Okay, repost. There you go. That thing's gonna hurt. Please, please don't do something insane. Oh. Okay, there we go. Nice. I missed. Okay. Let's go over here. Then we're out of spell slot, so yeah. And we'll use cunning action to hide. And then we'll do a sneak attack. Okay, 15. That's good, that's good, that's good. And I have this the speed still. So I can then do just like a main hand attack on this spiderling really quick. Get him out of the way. And then we'll move back a little bit. So then I can use Gale to actually attack. Let's do Scorching Ray. Boom, boom, boom. We landed one. That's all that matters. Okay, Lizzo. I wonder if I can do maneuvering attack and then give them the movement speed to steer. Let's just do a ranged version if we can. So I hit, and then maneuvering attack. Can use forced maneuver. Because now I move my speed by 50%, they don't broke. Can I hit any ally? Dang it, okay. I can't hit a steer. That's what I want to do, is hit a steer with it. That's okay. What is Starion? Okay, kill that spider. And then use your movement speed to book it as far as you can. Uh-oh. Alright. Let's see. Let's get up here. Look at that. 15. Okay. And then piercing strike. 10. Good, 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 good. And then flourish. Okay, that's fine. Gale of Water Deep. Chromatic Orb. That mother beep. One for the ages. We got inspiration for that. Okay, let's group everybody back up now. Leave no survivors! Okay. Ooh. Okay, let's find out what that inspiration was. That was for Soldier, for Lizelle. One for the ages. Survive a fight in which you kill 10 or more enemies. Solid. Okay. There's nothing else here. Walking on the spiderwebs is okay. We'll be fine. Just don't die to poison yet. About to level everybody up and stuff, so. About to level up, we're about to finish looting, and then be done with this area. Silk Gland and Poisoner's Robe. Poison Trails. When the wearer casts a spell that deals poison damage, it deals an additional 1 to 4 poison damage. That is going to our spellcaster here. Good old Gale. So, there you go, Gale. There's you a new robe. Looking pretty clean, so anything that does poison is what we want for you. Which, when you planning on finishing for today? I don't know, we're at 2 hours and 11 minutes. I might go for 3. I don't know, I feel like really good about these streams for some reason. Like, I love playing this game and I feel really good about them, so I'm trying to do this before randomly all of a sudden I'm gonna dread doing this. 4 hours. Now, we're not doing 4 hours today. We're definitely not doing 4 hours today. I have other games I would like to play. Okay, who's getting hit? Hold on, everybody get over here. I think people are getting hit by the toxin while I'm standing around. So, we don't have anything that does poison, but maybe we have some scrolls that deal poison that we could learn. Necrotic. No, the live says 4 hours and 22 minutes. Why does it say 4 hours and 22 minutes? We've literally not been going for that long. That is so weird. Because we have not been going for that long. Ice Knife. Illusionary, Mirror Image, Picture Evil Good. Ray of Enfeeblement, and Web. I'm guessing we don't have anything that has poison. Unless somebody has a scroll in their inventory that has that. But I don't think anybody does. So, for now we don't have anything with poison. But maybe we can learn it upon level up. So, let's go ahead and level everybody up to, what is this? I think it's level 4 that we're doing now. So, let's do it. So everybody's going to get a feat now. Okay, new feat available. And our health increases from 28 to 36. So we have ability improvement. You increase one ability by 2 or 2 abilities by 1 to a maximum of 20. Actor, your charisma increases by 1 to a maximum of 20. Your proficiency bonus is also doubled for deception and performance checks. Alert, you gain a +5 bonus to initiative and can't be surprised. Athlete, your strength or dexterity increases by 1 to a maximum of 20. When you are prone, standing up uses significantly less movement. Your jump distance also increases by 50%. Charger, you gain Charger, Weapon Attack, and Charger Shove. Crossbow Expert, when you make crossbow attacks within melee range, the attack rolls do not have disadvantage. Your piercing shot also inflicts gaping wounds for twice as long. Okay. Defensive Duelist, you when attacked with while wielding a finesse weapon you're proficient with, you can also use a reaction to add your proficiency bonus to your armor class, probably causing the attack to miss. That would be good on like Astarion or I would say Will, but I don't think Will's using finesse weapon right now. Probably be good on Astarion. Dual Wielder. You can use 2-weapon fighting even if your weapons aren't light, and you gain a +1 bonus to armor class while wielding a melee weapon in each hand. You cannot dual wield 2-handed weapons. Dungeon Delver, you gain advantage on perception checks made to detect hidden objects, and on saving throws made to avoid or resist traps. You gain resistance to the damage dealt by traps. Durable, your constitution increases by 1 to a maximum of 20. You regain full hit points each time you take a short rest. Elemental Adept, your spells and attacks ignore resistance to a damage type of your choice. When you cast spells of that type, you cannot roll a 1. Great Weapon Master, when you land a critical hit or kill a target with a melee weapon attack, you can make another melee weapon attack as a bonus action that turn. Attacks at melee weapons you are proficient with and are wielding in both hands can deal an additional 10 damage at the cost of a -5 attack roll penalty. You can toggle this on and off. Heavy Armor, you gain proficiency with Heavy Armor and your strength increases by 1 to a maximum of 20. Heavy Armor Master, your strength increases by 1 to a maximum of 20. Incoming damage from non-magical attacks also decreases by 3 while you're wearing Heavy Armor. Lightly armored. You gain light armor. I can't speak today. You gain armor proficiency with light armor, and your strength or dexterity increases by 1 to a maximum of 20. Lucky, you gain 3 luck points, which you can use to gain advantage on attack rolls, or to make an enemy re-roll their attack rolls. Mage Slayer, when a creature casts a spell within melee range of you, you have advantage on any saving throw against it, and you could use a reaction to immediately make an attack against the caster. Enemies you hit have disadvantage on Constitution saving throws. Magic Initiate Bard, you learn 2 cantrips and a level 1 spell. From the Bard spell list, you can cast level 1 spell once per long rest. Your spellcasting ability for all 3 spells is Charisma. Okay. Magic Initiate Cleric, you learn 2 cantrips and a level 1 spell. The Cleric spell list, you can cast level 1 spell once for a long rest. Your spellcasting ability for all 3 spells is Wisdom. Magic Initiate Druid, you learn 2 cantrips and level 1 spell from Druids. Same thing. Wisdom. Sorcerer, spell list, Charisma. Warlock, Charisma. Wizard, same ordeal. They're all the same, essentially. Martial Adept, you learn 2 maneuvers from the Battle Master subclass, gain a superiority die to fuel them. You regain expended superiority dice after a short or long rest. Could be decent for us. Medium Armor Master, when you wear medium armor, it doesn't impose disadvantage on stealth checks. The bonus to armor class you gain from your dexterity modifier also becomes +3 instead of +2. Your movement speed increases, and difficult terrain doesn't slow you down when you dash. If you move after making a melee attack, you don't provoke opportunity attacks from your target. Moderately armored, you gain armor proficiency with medium armor and shields, and your strength or dexterity increases by 1 to a maximum of 20. Performer, you gain musical instrument proficiency, and your charisma increases by 1 to a maximum of 20. Polearm Master, when making an attack with a glaive, halberd, quarterstaff, or spear, you can use a bonus action to attack with the butt of your weapon. You can also make an opportunity attack when the target comes within range. Resilient, you increase an ability by 1 to a maximum of 20 and get proficiency in that ability saving throws. Ritual Caster, you learn 2 ritual spells of your choice. Savage Attacker, when melee weapon attacks, you roll your damage twice and use the highest result. Sentinel, when an enemy within melee range attacks an ally, you can use a reaction to make a weapon attack against that enemy. Target ally must not have the Sentinel feat. You gain advantage on opportunity attacks, and when you hit a creature with an opportunity attack, it can no longer move for the rest of its turn. Sharpshooter. Your ranged weapon attacks do not receive penalties from high ground rules. Ranged weapon attacks with weapons you're proficient with have a -5 penalty to their attack roll, but deal an additional 10 damage. You can turn off and on. Shield Master. You gain a +2 bonus to dexterity saving throws while wielding a shield. If a spell forces you to make a dexterity saving throw, you can use a reaction to shield yourself and diminish the effect's damage. On a failed saving throw, you only take half damage. On a successful saving throw, you take no damage. Skilled. You gain proficiency in 3 skills of your choice. Could be nice. Spell Sniper. You learn a cantrip, and the number you need to roll a critical hit with spells is reduced by 1 so it can stack. Tavern Brawler. When you make an unarmed attack, use an improvised weapon or throw something. Your strength modifier is added to the damage and attack rolls, and An attack rolls an additional time. God, I can't speak. Tough, your hit point maximum increases by 2 for every level you have gained. Warcaster, you gain advantage on saving throws to maintain concentration on a spell. You can also use a reaction to cast Shocking Grasp at a target moving out of melee range. I'm reading too fast. You gain proficiency with 4 weapons of your choice, and your strength or dexterity increases by 1 to a maximum of 20. Okay, so I've got a few in mind that would be good for us. That being Savage Attacker, Martial Adept, Heavy Armor Master, Great Weapon Master, or Athlete or Alert. And I'm thinking here, we're gonna have probably Lae'zel in medium armor, and we're probably gonna have us in heavy armor. That's me. So I think I'll do heavy armor master so we can increase our strength by 1 to an 18 so that our strength modifier goes from a +1, hold on, +2, from a +3 from our strength modifier to a +4. I think sounds right. Essentially, so our strength goes to an 18, and then incoming damage from non-magical attacks will decrease by 3. And you'll think that's not a lot, but over the time that we play, it actually will be a good chunk. So yeah, if we saw over here, you see that we have now a +4 to strength checks. And we have a +6 to saving throws because of our armor, but also +3 from that. So we're going to do Heavy Armor Master for us, so our strength goes up by 1, which is good. Very, very good. Okay, so we'll accept that. So that is our feat for Astir. Next up, Lae'zel, which is our other fighter. Health increased from 28 to 36, and also gets a feat. I'm not sure what I want for Lae'zel. I'm wondering if I should do Medium Armor Master, since I'm going to have her in Medium Armor. Wear Medium Armor doesn't dispose... honestly not worth it right now. I would say something different for her. Savage Attacker could be good. Tough could be good. Skilled. Mobile. Great Weapon Master, Alert, Athlete. I think for Lae'zel, I might do Great Weapon Master. So we don't need Martial Adept, because... I mean, I guess you get 2 more maneuvers and another superiority die, maybe. But I feel like that's not needed right now. I feel like maybe doing Great Weapon Master could be good, because if I land a crit, or I kill a target with a melee weapon attack, I can make another attack as a bonus action, and then we can toggle on and off if we want to do the extra 10 damage for the cost of a -5. Which is always, always nice to, attempt those kind of things, depending on what we're doing, So that is Lae'zel's feat, Great Weapon Master. Astarion, new feat, health increase from 24 to 31, and we get another level 1 spell slot, because we're an Arcane Trickster, and we get a new spell. So, spells. We have Charm Person, Color Spray, or Disguise Self. Well, Charm Person doesn't work that well, unless it's like dialogue. I mean, you can charm him in battle, but it's more or less a dialogue thing. And Astarion's not going to be doing too much dialogue. I think I'd rather him have Color Spray, and maybe attempting to blind people, than actually try to charm them, per se. So I could charm him from 10 turns. That actually might be difficult. That might actually be good. I'm going to do Charm Person. We're going to do that. Okay, so if we want to replace a spell, we can. I'm not going to, I don't think. I think we're going to keep most of the stuff that we have. Oh, I could actually wait. I could do that. I could replace one of the ones that I don't like that we have here and place it. I'm thinking about doing that maybe. Getting rid of the hideous laughter and putting in another one of these. Could be decent, like shield. No, you know what? No. Let's keep it. Let's keep it. Okay. For you, I'm thinking athlete could be good or defensive duelist. That's what I'm thinking. Probably. It's a matter of athlete for right now or defensive duelist for right now. Let's do defensive duelist. I'm intrigued to see how defensive duelist works. I don't think I've ever actually done defensive duelist as a feat. So let's do that, and then when we hit level 8, we'll take the feat and athlete, maybe. Okay. Essentially, when you're building a finesse weapon you're proficient with, you can use a reaction to add your proficiency bonus to your armor class, and maybe make an attack miss. Okay. Gale. Let's see if we can get Gale with some poison stuff since we have this robe. So, new feat, health increase from 20 to 26, and he gets a level 2 spell slot, a new cantrip, and 2 new spells. So, I guess what we could do this. We could do poison spray, projected puff of noxious gas, because that would be a poison thing that we could always do because of that being a cantrip. So let's do that. And then we'll see if we have any actual poison spells, per se. We do. We could get Ray of Sickness, which is a poison spell, so let's do that. And then let's see if we can take another level 2 here. Cloud of Daggers is always good. Let's see, Invisibility. Shatter could be good. Hold Person could be good. I'm gonna do Cloud of Daggers. That one's pretty decent. And for your feat, I'm thinking Spell Sniper. Or doing just Magic Initiate Wizard. I can cast one level 1 spell per long rest. Whichever level 1 we do. Once per long rest, and I think that's without it. So I think I'm gonna do this one. And yeah. We can get 2 cantrips. Which one I'm gonna do is Shocking Grasp because I don't think Gale has a lot of things he can do with melee right now. So that would always be good. For melee range. And then I like Toll the Dead. That one's pretty good. So let's do that. And then for spells, see, Ray of Sickness is right here. So I could go back, get rid of Ray of Sickness, and then always be able to cast that once per long rest, but then I'd only be able to cast it once, if that makes any sense. So I'm pretty sure the simple way that is I only can cast it once per long rest, right? Isn't that essentially what it says? You can cast a level 1 spell once per long rest, yeah. So there would be no point in putting that as that, because we'd only be able to cast it once. Building mage armor could be nice, and then getting rid of it, but no. I can only cast it once, keep that in mind. What if we do this? We do False Life. And then we can cast False Life once per long rest. So we can start every new day with 7 temporary hit points. Or we do Shield, and we can increase our armor class by 5 and tank a hit once per long rest. Ooh, good questions, good questions, good questions. That's actually really good to figure out if I want. I'm gonna do shield actually, because I think we could probably just learn false life with a scroll a lot easier than just having shield and doing that once per long rest. To guarantee we take something. Spells. Okay, Cloud of Daggers in. I'm thinking Chromatic Orb. Does that have acid or does it has poison, right? Chromatic Orb. I get rid of Thunder Wave. I get rid of Acid Arrow. I get rid of. Oh, this is hard. I might get rid of Thunder Wave and go for Ray of Sickness. Let's do that. Okay. Let's have that. So we have poison and stuff for Gale. Okay. Okay, good. Good. Okay. Great. So we have some ingredients we can extract. Bone cap. And spider silk. Web grenade. Wait, potion of healing. Okay. Alright. Okay. Now we want to go down. Towards y'all failed save. Why, what? You failed save? It's a longbow. I guess while we're here, to clear some inventory space, just so let's do it. Let's go ahead and move all of our camp supplies to camp. Since we're about to head back there anyway. Let's go ahead and just do this. Send that to camp, clear up a little bit of inventory space. Just so we have some space. Okay. Whispering Depths, so now we have a sigil point in case we want to come back here. Ooh, dark amethyst. Maybe this is the crystal that we were looking for? Or the gem? For the book? Pick it up. Unlock the ancient tome. Okay. We found the gem to unlock the book. Okay, so I'm pretty sure. Let's look at the book then, shall we? See if we can do anything with it.
The book is locked tight with no visible keyhole, only an oval recess in the cover's mouth. You try to examine the book, but the longer you stare, the more those piercing amethyst eyes draw you in.
Another cameo from Mr. Gaming as he disconnects from Baldur's Gate 3. Place the amethyst in the slot on the book's cover. Give the book to Astarion. I think Astir trusts Astarion to a certain extent now. That he trusts him with the book. And also mainly because Astir doesn't want to take a risk himself with opening this book. And he doesn't delve into magic. Astir is, as you can tell, very swing heavy. He's a nice fighter. As he trained with the guard. He didn't train as a wizard, he trained as a fighter with his royal guard. That's in his backstory. With his father's royal guard, so. He trusts Astarion, but at the same time, this could potentially hurt him. And if it does, then he weakens him in case Astarion does something bad. So we're going to give the book to Astarion.
Excellent.
You don't know what he read, but it had an effect. His eyes are hungry, but pained.
Well, quite the page turner. I'll get back to it when I have more time to focus.
Okay. I'm assuming he now has the book. Well, we found the gem to unlock the book. Do I need to read it as Astarion? For him to actually, like, do anything with it? I'm not sure how that works. But he approved of it. Unfortunately, Gale disapproved, but Gale's okay. Our approval with Gale, I think, is pretty good, so. Alright, let's go ahead and long rest, and then we'll get the frick out of here. So, make sure there's no more alchemical. Alright, let's go to camp, let's talk to everybody. Then we'll long rest, talk to everybody. And then we'll, after we finish the long rest, we'll talk to everybody again. We do like this 3-round talking to everybody, make sure we actually get everybody talked to. Alright. Shadowheart?
So, Gale just consumes magical items like I do wine. We truly are a group apart. Nevertheless, as quirks go, that's a new one for me.
Assuming you're going to say the same thing, but let's see.
What's on your mind? I must admit, you've been a surprise. And not
It's
in
the
a
same
pleasant
thing, I
way.
feel like.
Kindred spirits are few and far between for me. Besides,
Yeah, it's the same
you
one.
saved my life aboard the Nautilus.
Okay. Nothing unique for you yet. Will?
Gale slurped that thing up like a horse with a carrot. I hope he got what he needed from it.
Alright. Withers, I assume. Same.
Dost thou require?
Yep, okay. Starian, you have anything to say about me giving you the book?
Well, hello. What can I do for you?
No. Okay. Lae'zel?
Gale is positively voracious. Well, let him suck up all the magic he needs, as long as he doesn't snack on a Githyanki silver sword.
Karlak?
I like Gale, but I'm keeping all my good gear well out of sight.
Makes sense.
Everything fancy he touches meets a grisly end.
That is the whole point of him, yes. You have nothing else to talk
What can I
about?
do you for?
Okay. Gale?
Go ahead. I'm listening.
Okay. So now we're gonna long rest. So let's go ahead and end the day and long rest.
Hellfire. She's...
That's a good screenshot right there. Okay, Will's face messed it up, but it would have been better if I got it a little different of a time, probably. It's okay. Still take it.
Will, you've been naughty. And you know what happens when you're naughty.
Gods damn it. Anyone but her.
There's 2 in the 9 hells are you. Well, well, aren't you a lush thing? God's damn devil, get out of my camp. Just 2 in the 9 hells are you.
Will, you absolute stinker. You kept me a secret? Time to let the Hellcat out of the bag. Call me Mizora. I'm Will's patron, the fount of his power. My pet's been unruly, and his leash needs a yank. We had a deal, Will. But Karlak's still breathing.
I've taken more pleasant shits than you, Mizora. And at least those can be buried after.
No kind of talk for a lady. By the way, Karlak, Zariel sends her regards.
You told me! Devils only!
She's a tiefling, not a monster!
How precious. The little pupster's found his bark.
Clause G, Section 9. Target shall be limited to the infernal, the demonic, the heartless, and the soulless.
Karlak meets the criteria by virtue of having no heart.
And to the point, Devil, what do you want? If we kill Karlak now, will that get rid of you? You better not lay a damn finger on Karlak. Blast it all, Will. Why didn't you tell me about it? I've heard enough. You're not leaving this place alive. Get to the point, Devil. What do you want?
The point? Oh, yes. Thanks for the reminder.
Will burns in the fires of Avernus. The lightning storms of Dis strike his flesh. His soul passes through each layer of the hells, gaining their essence and their torment.
Come on. Yeah! That's a good thumbnail right there. I might use that one. We'll find out. You guys will know if we use it after the stream. You'll see which one. That might be a good one.
That's better.
What the hells have you done?
A promise broken, a price paid. You know the terms.
Get used to the new form, pet.
There's no going back. Some magic even I can't undo.
Now, let's see how the frontiers fare without their precious blade.
Karlak, keep an eye on him, would you? I'll be keeping mine on you. Oh, and Will, don't forget,
our pact still stands.
Ta-ta.
Okay. That got interesting real quick, huh? We met Will's patron. Okay. The Blade of Frontiers. Continue traveling with Will. We met Will's diabolical patron, Mizora. Who was none too happy to find that Will failed to slay Karlak. She punished Will for his disobedience by turning him into a devil and departed, though it seems likely we'll meet her again. If there's anything else that we need? Nope. Okay.
I can't help feeling Will got off lightly. The wrath of the hells is second only to the wrath of the heavens. Having a devil in our camp will certainly make things interesting. Never a dull day, is there?
Never. Karlak?
I'll be honest, soldier. I'm reeling. Will hardly knows me, but he chose my life over his. Been a long time since someone stuck their neck out for me like that.
He's a good man, maybe the best of us. You must be relieved. A foolish decision, and now I'll have to pay the consequences. He's a good man, maybe the best of us.
You can say that again. When he was chasing me through Avernus, I thought he was just another sad merc. How wrong I was.
Okay. Anything else to talk about? You and Mizora seem to know each other. How?
We were both part of Zariel's inner circle. Her by choice, me by force. In the grand scheme of things, I'm inconsequential to Zariel. Sure, I've got the engine, but I wasn't even her strongest fighter. She favored me like a child favors a captive pet. Mizora envied the attention, I suppose. I'm sure when Zariel gave her the order to hunt me down, Mizora was delighted.
Do you think she'll keep coming after you?
I don't know. You'd think she'd have more important things to do. Devils and their pride.
I can see why you were so keen to escape.
No kidding. The fighting, the chaos, the betrayal. It had the makings of a good stage show, but I did not want to be one of the players.
Change the subject. Okay, leave. Isel?
The Blade of Frontiers in the guise of a devil. I'd remark on the irony, but I'd hate to waste the breath. Still, it took guts to defy that petty patron of his. The Blade's sting is real.
Okay. Starion?
So, Will did the right thing, and it earned him a set of horns. Let that be a lesson to us all.
You got anything to say, Withers?
Fate, dost thou
Nah, you're just lame. Got it. Will.
Gods damn her, straight back to the hells. Just look at me. I did what was right, and Mazora made me pay for it.
God, I
I'd
love
be
Will.
hunting devils and demons, she said. Traitors and hypocrites, heartless evils of all sorts, but not Zariel's victims. Not innocent tieflings.
You warned me about Raphael, but her pact to Mizora. What a fraud. The Blade of Frontiers has some explaining to do. What did you expect? She's a devil, hardly the paragon of honesty. You've been turned into a devil, an appropriate punishment, I'd say. The Blade of Frontiers has some explaining to do.
I'll say what I can, but it won't be enough. It's Mizora who grants me the power to conjure armor and cast eldritch blasts. Before I was infected, I could even call hell beasts and summon festering clouds, but I promise you, every thrust of my blade and every flame I sparked was for the good of the coast.
What are the terms of your pact?
I can't utter the terms or circumstances of the pact. I can tell you most all else, but the pact, I'm forbidden, unless Mizora permits it. But I'll say this. The moment I pacted myself to Mizora, I have not regretted for a heartbeat. It was my proudest deed. It was worth the sacrifice. All I can give you on that is my solemn word.
Okay. What else to say? How does it feel to be a devil?
It's said that anyone who bathes in the river of blood emerges as one born anew. It's a lot like that, I imagine. I feel the weight of these horns on my head, curling upwards like a mammoth's tusks. I feel these ridges snaking down my neck, not to mention a few bumps and prongs in unmentionable places. But
what do you mean by that?
I haven't seen my reflection just yet. Be my mirror. What do you see?
Quite the handsome devil, if I do say so. A freak of nature, gods, but you're hideous. I see the Blade of Frontiers, no more, no less. A friend who's been touched by the hells. I don't know what to make of it. A fiend, not a friend. I see the Blade of Frontiers, no more, no less.
It's because you know the heart lurking under the horns. The people will see a curiosity, maybe even a beast hungry for their souls. But I will slay their monsters, keep them safe, and one day they will see the Blade of Frontiers again.
You should get out of this pact.
A possibility that's kept me awake countless nights. But I don't have a clue where to start, other than play her games and play by the rules. That's the only language devils listen to.
Why obey her at all? What could she do that's worse than she already has?
She could kill me for one, and that's not the worst of it. My contract is very clear. I can bring Mizora no harm. She'll have to let me out of my pact willingly. The only way out is if I can out-bargain her. We're standing here with nothing but the clothes on our backs and the worms in our heads.
We can beat her if we put our worms together.
We can. I'm sure of it.
God, Will approves of everything,
How
I swear.
glad I am that you see me as more than my patron's pet.
Okay, anything else?
Well met.
Nope, okay. Shadowheart.
I hope Mizora flies into the blades of a windmill for what she did to Will. Though, I must admit, the new look is a little dashing.
Shadowheart getting rizzy with Will? Same thing, I'm assuming?
I must admit.
Yeah.
Besides,
You saved my...
Alright. Go to bed. Full rest. Alright, you know what time it is? Let's talk to everybody. And then I'll be pulling out the good dice to see what happens with this stuff. Oh! Look, Scratch is here. Pet him. Yeah, get some approval for that. Alright. Now let's just do quick rounds.
Something the matter?
See if anybody has anything to say before we leave. And get our new team going.
Well met.
Yes?
Speak.
Speak. We'll say Astarion doesn't seem to be super mad at me anymore. Oops. My bad, Karlak.
What's the story?
That's nice. Astarion doesn't seem to be, like, pissed at me anymore.
What's on your mind?
Okay. I think that's everybody then. So, let's currently check our party's approval. So Lae'zel is neutral. Astarion is also neutral.
Which way to the nearest?
And Gale is at medium. So,
What to do?
1 is Lae'zel, 2 is Astarion, 3 is Gale, 4 is Shadowheart, 5 is Will, and 6 is Karlak. So let me find a D6. No. There we go. Alright, D6. We got all the numbers listed out. So 2. So Astarion's coming with us still. That's another 2. A 6. So Karlak. And who's our last member? A 3. Gale. Okay, so we're doing Astir, Astarion, Gale, and Karlak. Alright, Karlak.
Yeah?
It's just how the dice rolls. I mean, I can't help it.
You know I'm up for it, but your party's a little full.
Lae'zel will leave.
Let's hop.
We'll bring Karlak with us now. And we will be probably switching out party members and stuff like that, but it depends on, like, personal quests and stuff if we actually switch them out or if people want to talk to them and things like that. So, like, if somebody was talking about how they want to talk to Shadowheart, then we grab Shadowheart, and Shadowheart would be in our party until we long rest or whatever, you know? Something like that. So. Okay. So let's go ahead and level up Karlak to level 4. Which means she's also going to get her feat. The new feat available health goes from 32 to 41. Alright. What feat do we want to give you? Alert, Athlete could be good. Great Open Master could be good. Savage Attacker. Thinking for you, maybe Athlete. Just, why not, you know? Let's do Athlete. Then we'll put the point into her Strength. She has an 18. So there we go. So Karlak, Athlete feat. Alright. I don't think we have anything too interesting. I do think we have soul coins in our camp chest, though. So let me actually... Some boxes here. Anything in them? Okay. Some torches. Some water. There's a backpack. Nothing. Shadowheart's got some mugwort. see what we got in our chest here. We got 2 soul coins, so let's send those to Karlak. Bunch of food. We have the Watcher's Guide. She's not going to use that. Okay. So that is all of that done. So I guess now... Oh, while we're here, where is the, is there a table here where we could put the books at? Because usually there's like a table at the camps where we could put the books. Do they just go away then? Depending on... Because the camps change very often, that's why I'm wondering. Did we just lose all those books? Because it will change through the acts and stuff, that's why I'm wondering. So maybe we should put them in our chest? Because I put those books in like the book pile in the other camp. And that's why I'm wondering, are we going to lose those books? Or do I need to put them in the chest or whatever? So the steer didn't read much as a kid. He just wants to be a reader now and collect books. Like, it's like a hobby. Okay. So I guess we probably should move those books into the traveler's chest if we want to make sure that we keep them, I guess. Which means that we're going to shove all of our books that we have right now into the traveler's chest. We're just going to have a ton of books because the steer wants books. No comments, no questions, no concerns. Don't ask. Listen, he didn't read much as a kid, okay? It's for the backstory. Trust. It is for the backstory. He didn't read much as a kid, and now he wants to be more advanced in his reading, because he trained with his father's guard instead of reading and doing a study like he was supposed to. So now he wants to read, and he learns stuff now. So, he's a different breed, okay? He's new. He's a new person. He wants to change his life for the good. I don't know. Need to make sure we use that horn. Somebody remind me. Every single day. Horn. Okay. Voila. Leave camp. Alright, so let's go ahead and fast travel out of here to... Let's just go to the Blighted Village, because we still need to finish up the village. Because we haven't done that yet. Took us a while to get to where we are. We're almost at 3 hours, though. Do we stop at 3, or do we go for 3:30? What do you guys think? Or do we go for 4?
I hope it was a mercifully short.
What do we think, guys? 3 hours, 3 hours and 30 minutes, or 4 hours? Because we still have a good bit of stuff to do in the village. And so it's just a matter of if we want to call it for the day or continue. Okay, there's a journal here. The pupil surpasses the teacher. My master weapons are almost complete. There's just one component left. Samson says the designs are a failure, but what's he know? He can barely see past his own belly. I stashed the prototypes and blueprints for now, but just you wait, Samson. Your legend is fading, and a new one will rise in its place.
Interesting. I wonder if those blueprints survived.
Regarding strange riders in these parts. The date on this letter has faded with time, but the paper alone indicates great age. My fellow citizens, for fellow citizens we are, like it or not, I print and post multiple copies of this notice in the region at no small expense to myself, because I feel a growing concern and alarm at the presence of strange riders in these parts of late. Many of you will have seen them, tramping through our forests and towns under the guise of patrol. They claim they are guardians, sent from Elturel to protect the borders of the great and holy nation of Elturgard. Don't be fooled by shining armor or handsome mounts. I never bent the knee to any Elturgard, and I never asked any Matal jester to come peering over the garden fence. As you all know, I'm descended direct from the original Selûnite settlers along these banks, and I have a half-elven great-uncle who swear to it. We're peaceable folk, and we get on with the druids well enough, but I pay no fealty or tax to any far-off city I can't even find on a map. I took no small pleasure in telling these thugs just that, and I urge you to do the same. They call themselves Hell Riders. I call them interlopers, and they can bugger off to the hells, them and their city both. With grave concern and serious intent. Damon Briska, proud and free citizen of the Heartlands. Okay. Selûnite necklace.
Looks like a Selûnite necklace.
I'm sure Shadowheart would not like that. But she ain't here to tell us what to do. Old key. Dagger. Wooden crate. Okay. More camp supplies. Always lovely. Take all this stuff because we can sell it. We're gonna go, I guess, for 3 hours and 30 minutes at least. And then if we feel up to the task, we'll maybe go for 4. But for now, we're gonna go to at least 3.5 hours. Okay. There's something going on over here.
Look what we got here. Another little birdie wanting to fly. Stop this thing! Flap those wings some more, and I'll feed you a worm. And you. Hope you got a stomach for heights.
What the hells are you doing?
What's it bloody look like? We're teaching this here pipsqueak to fly.
Let me rephrase that. Why are you doing this?
'Cause it makes me laugh.
Fun's over. Release the gnome at once.
You want this little cave lurking what's it? Find your own. He's ours!
As the symbol glows, power courses through you. Authority.
I won't let you harm a defenseless being, not without a fight. All of you lot against one deep gnome. You should go find a better target. Read the goblin's mind. You will release the gnome, that's an order. You're making a mistake. You can think it over in the few plane.
Ask him the what? Oh.
The goblin's nostrils flare, as if trying to judge you through smell alone.
We're leaving. What about the gnome?
Get out.
Ain't we supposed to bring him to... I said we're leaving! There's plenty of sport and rich pickings out there for us. Move it!
Get out of here. Get. Scram. Anything up here? Nope, just an overview view. Still got a little bit that ways, looks like, before we actually finish up this village. That's at least the idea, is to get done with the village before we wrap up today's episode. Or today's session, I guess we should say, of said campaign. Maybe at least to wrap up this village before we finish the campaign, this session, or episode. Don't know what you want to call it. Goblin bow, makeshift spear, there's a bottle. Okay. So there's a release brake lever and then there's a brake lever. I think we need the brake lever. Okay. Seems like that might have done the trick. You okay?
Cut me loose!
What's in it for me?
Free me and find out!
Free him.
Bagakabara. Those pustulant thugs. Well, get on with it.
Get on with what?
You saved me, now you'll extort me. That's how this works, yes?
I'd rather know how you got caught.
My own fault, really. I should have dropped my pack and outrun those bastards. Alas. Take my pack, if you can find it. The only reason those goblins caught me was its weight. I'll travel lightly from now on.
You're a little far from home for a deep gnome.
Ignorance is alive and well, it seems.
He's been doing his readings recently.
Restricted to the Underdark, you know. I've lived in Baldur's Gate for years. I'm in search of a friend. I fear he's in trouble. See this? I gave it to him years ago before I left home. I found it around the neck of a thug in the lower city. It was speckled with blood. My friend, nowhere to be found. But I still have hope. I have reason to believe he's in the Underdark. Hopefully, I'll pick up his trail from there. I always help my friends. On that note, I bid thee farewell. If we should meet again, well, we will have met again.
Makes sense. Complete rescue the gnome. Alright, rescue the gnome. Approach the goblins. We spotted a deep gnome tied to the blades of a windmill. He's being tormented by a group of goblins. Stop the windmill. It took some convincing with the goblins left. If we want to help the gnome, we'll have to stop the windmill. After rescuing Marcus Root, we parted ways with him. Alright, there was a wooden hatch back here. I'm wondering if his stash is down here. Okay.
Something good here, I hope.
Smoke powder satchel. Gold spaghetti. Okay, so just for this, there is a bug, simply. So I'm gonna pick this up and move it so we get that off the map. But that's the stash right there. Heavy chest. The speedy light feet. When the wearer dashes or takes a similar action during combat, they gain 3 lightning charges. Athletics +1. 109 gold. Trapstorm toolkit. Scroll of Ray of Sickness. Well, now, I wish I never took Ray of Sickness at all. It really, really, like, shows you don't I wanted to take half the stuff because you find these scrolls and you can't really do anything about it once you find it. You know what I mean? Kind of sucks when this happens, but it's okay. That stuff kind of happens. Okay, I guess let's go ahead and put those boots on, and then we can give these boots to somebody else. I guess we give them to Astarion.
What a day.
And give these boots to somebody else.
Still breathing.
We'll take those boots. Alright. That is done there. Now we just have what seems to be the top half of this that we saw from the top there, which seems to be very much one building, and that seems about it. But we'll take a gander. Okay. There's a gate, there's this. There's a man sleeping.
Just another crate.
Bugbear, to be exact. I mean, he's just peacefully sleeping. I'm not gonna bother him. There ain't no point in bothering a man sleeping. You know what I mean? Oh. Quarterstaff. Heavy key. Where that goes to. Okay. Is Astarion proficient medium armor? I don't think so, right?
Keep a blade close.
Oh, defensive duelist. Put that on. Ask. No. So I would say if he's proficient with medium armor, I would actually give him these boots because of how often he actually does his bonus action to dash.
The blacksmith's blueprints.
But
weapons from the looks of it.
Faded instructions.
They're sketches. More like early drafts than final blueprints.
Maybe I need more pockets.
Faded blueprints. Okay. Can we actually, like, see these blueprints? Won't let me. Okay, so there's this building here. Thing back here. Bird's nest. What is going on in this building? I'm a little scared to open this door.
As you approach, a guttural scream and a succession of quick bangs rattle the door. Then, a low moan. Someone, or something, is having a bit of fun.
Hello? Anybody in there?
Go away!
I think we should open the door.
Wait, don't interrupt them. Let me do it. They sound disgusting.
Okay. Please, do the honors. Oh.
What the hell are you doing?
Apologies, I didn't mean to interrupt. You were making a lot of noise. I wanted to join the fun.
Ruined. Smash. Oh, smash you!
Uh-oh. What did we get ourselves into? Astarion, what have we done?
A better position.
What have we done? Wait, Astarion has speak with dead? Since, when?
Never a dull moment.
Because you have speak with dead. Why does Astarion have speak with dead?
One can't always be a gentleman.
That is so weird. When does Astarion get speak with dead? I must have missed that part. Okay, well that's interesting. I didn't know he had speak with dead. Okay. Yeah, I don't really have advantage, and I'm in the line of sight. Let's do Ice Knife. Hit them both. That's a bigger target. Okay. That's alright.
Get out!
Knees high.
I don't feel the need to rage on this one. Concussive Smash. Reckless Attack, sure. I still miss. Okay, Tenacity.
The witching hour.
Gale. Can I get in the space to do Poison Spray? I can do Poison Spray. Go for it. 9 damage. Solid.
No choice but to keep going.
Alright, Hunter's Mark. There we go. And then let's go ahead and get recast set up. Some weapons on him. I'll take that. We probably should not be in here. Oh. I'm taking that as a win. Well, I can hide, and I mean, he doesn't have line of sight on me.
Let's cook with fire, baby. Ready
Go,
for
Carla,
this?
go! Oh, that would have been nice if it was a Starion, because he would have got a spell slot back.
Creator. Destroyer.
You know, I get close. Let's just do Poison Spray again. Made the save.
What now?
It's fine.
May the gods take you.
Should I just do reapply? Nah, we don't need it. We don't need it. We don't need it. We don't need it. We're probably about to get smacked up, though. I have a grand feeling we're about to get smacked up here. Okay. That hurt. What does that do? Strength increased by 4, armor class reduced by 2. No! Sit your butt down.
And an ogre.
Go ahead and use a potion.
Oh, I've seen worse. Gnomes can be...
That got really interesting really quick. The realm according to Bumpo. The book naturally falls to a dog-eared page in which Bumpo describes the more unusual races he's met in his travels. But they weren't half so strange as the bird folk. First, Avrak Okra I met had the head of a parrot, the body of a human, and wings also of a parrot. I tried not to stare, but it was real hard. Turns out she was one of a motley party, cause around her table were a tabaxi, cat folk, a genasi, element folk, and a turtle folk. Trying to act casual, I asked what the hell they all were. They ignored me, but I can't blame them. To them, I must have looked awfully dull and average, for they were the first of their kind I'd seen. But I was just one of a billion boring humans to them. Okay. Holy! Days for the gods. I think we read this one. Yeah, we read this one. I remember that one. I very much remember that book. Okay. Good, 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 good. Okay.
A feast fit for an ogre. You notice a peculiar dagger protruding from the tough, leathery meat.
Sleight of hand. Carefully wiggle the dagger until it slides free. Strength. Grasp the handle and pull the dagger with all your might. Examine the meat. Perhaps there is some trick to removing the dagger. Let's try to examine it first. That clearly did not go well. I'm not going to use inspiration on that.
Tightly embedded in the carcass. You notice nothing unusual.
Grasp the handle and pull the dagger with all your might. You have a +5 on this. Didn't even need it.
You yank the dagger free, leaving a narrow slit behind.
Nicely done.
Mystery meat, tough as boar hide. Only the sharpest teeth could pierce it.
Dagger +1. Okay. I'm gonna hand that over to Astarion. Astarion, would you want to dual wield maybe? Could you still do sneak attack if I had you have this too? If you had both of them? You can still do sneak attack, right? Yeah, okay. As long as you can still do sneak attack. I want to know when the heck you got Speak with Dead. Is that because you're Arcane Trickster or something? Like, that really intrigues me that you have Speak with Dead. Excuse me. Excuse me. Okay, well that is the lighted village all done. I think this goes up into this area. Which we are at 3 hours and 22 minutes, so pretty good timing.
Curious.
Let's go ahead and dig this up, then I'll check over to the left here, and then we will call it there for the day. As we have completed the village. And it took all day to do just the village. Dang. Do we really suck that much? It took all day just to do a village? Maybe a little. But that's okay. Anything over here? Doesn't seem so. Okay, so this is where we're going to wrap things up for the day. So let's go ahead and look at our approval ratings and talk to all of our companions that we currently have and see what's going on. So, Astarion has an approval rating of neutral.
Charmed, I'm sure.
Gale is medium. And it probably is all the reading, to be honest with you. And I can't tell what Carlex is because the chat thing's in my way. Neutral. Okay.
At least things have stayed interesting.
So let's talk to everybody and see what they have to say. If anything. And then we'll wrap up. Okay?
What can I do you for?
Doesn't seem like anybody has anything interesting to say yet.
Yes.
Yeah. I guess while we're here, let's try to have Astarion read the book, shall we?
What now?
And see what happens. Because he wanted the book, so let's try to have him read it.
You feel its connection.
He did want the book,
its
so...
longing to be opened, to share its secrets. You open the book to the first page, with its shifting glyphs and strange whispers.
Saving throw. Turn to the next page. We only have a +1. So we have to get a 9 or higher. Okay, 19. Nice. That's a 20.
The symbols dart beneath your eyes, warping and twisting. Your head throbs, but you almost understand.
Turn another page. We need a 14 or higher. There we go. 18. Good rolls, good rolls.
The world around you is gone. You can only see those glyphs, only hear those voices. You feel claws moving in the shadows. They pull at you, dragging you closer.
Urge your hand to turn another page, force the book closed, drink in the darkness, embracing it, and turn the page. Oh my goodness. Which one should I do? Should I try to turn the page, or should I try to drink in the darkness, embracing it, and turn the page? I feel like we should try to drink in the darkness. I mean, this is what he wanted, so 14 or higher. 14! Thank the Lord. Let's see what happens.
The glyphs scream, branding your mind with strange runes. You see time rewritten, fate undone, your future thrumming with power.
2 new journal updates.
You've seen too much. What profane knowledge is now seared inside of you you should never have known.
I mean, Astarion wanted the book, so he's gonna learn the powers. Okay. So with that, search the cellar, unlock the ancient tome, find a way to finish the necromancy of Thay. We managed to read most of the book, absorbing some of its necromantic power, but it snapped shut before we could finish it. There must be a way to reach the end. Search the cellar. Find a way to finish necromancy of Thay. We managed to read most of the book, but its most powerful secrets are indecipherable. There must be someone in Faerun with the knowledge needed to unlock the necromancy of Thay. Alright. So that is definitely where we're going to wrap this off. Let's go ahead and drop a save point. I hope you all did enjoy another session, another part, another episode of the campaign that we are currently running here with Astir, the human fighter, with a somewhat tragic backstory. I hope you all did enjoy, and I hope you guys will join us next time, which I don't know if that'll be tomorrow or the day after, where we are going to be heading downwards from the Blighted Village, and we're going to try to investigate the swamp and figure out what this thing with Kaga is, and maybe get Auntie Ethel's help about the parasite while we're down there. So I hope you all did enjoy, and I will see you guys in the next one. Goodbye, guys.